say is his attack speed, but then you'd have to prove that every single one of his attacks scales to that speed, because that wasn't an attack. That was more so him creating, I guess, a stage for them to fight, right? Yeah. Like Dante does get tagged in cutscene by some of like Mundus's attack. The energy spikes. I don't know if you remember that. They go through like Dante's body at one point.
Yeah.
I think Mundus also managed to hit him, and that's what sends them flying into that planet where they finish the fight on.
Okay, so since I guess you don't know the cutscene, so Mundus lands a couple energy spikes on Dante and then smacks Dante down to the battlefield. So that's how that happens.
Drops a shower of meteors on him.
Yeah. So my point is, right, it's kind of hard to say. It would be extremely dubious to prove that every single one of Mundus's attacks, their speed ratio scales to the demonic energy wave that he's releasing that initially creates the universe, and Dante doesn't react to its creation.
Well, to be fair...
It actually wouldn't, but go ahead.
Oh. I guess Mingler's already got his opinion set up. I was going to say, to be fair, I think you could argue for the not being able to react to the... or not reacting to the universe thing more specifically, is because that's just not an attack. Like... He's not exactly expecting a fucking universe to appear above him because he's never seen anything
no, that's
like
not
that
what
before.
I'm arguing. My argument is, okay, so the calc presents the creation of the universe. If this was in real time, if we're going with the universe size, it's quadrillions of times the speed of light, right?
Yeah.
And Dante sure was, I think, it was in base with the sword at the time when He hadn't properly turned into Sparta Devil Trigger just yet.
Yeah.
But the point is, like, okay, so do you abide by a differentiation between attack speed and reaction speed? Like, say a character shoots a beam of light from their finger, would we automatically assume that they scale to their own like energy beams? I usually hold the stand that just because a character can launch an attack at a certain speed doesn't necessarily mean that their own reaction time scales to it.
I would have to have evidence directly supporting the idea that they would not scale their own attack, because that'd be like saying I can use lightning as a weapon effectively, but I can't see my lightning at real time or anything. I just know I'm firing lightning.
Okay, a machine shooting a laser, or even a being firing a laser off of their body. Like, unless they're reacting in tandem with the laser, it's just attack speed. Mundus, we have no way to prove that he reacted to his own wave. Okay, so I guess another argument would be, this is a perfect one. It's very similar. Goku and Beerus punching each other, creating shockwaves that then goes out the entire universe, right? So people try to use that as a justification for one of the higher end MFTL plus interpretations for Super, because if you calc the size of the universe without wanking it, and we don't apply the whole low multiversal cosmology, but just think it's a singular universe that's at least somewhat larger than our own because it has 3 universal bodies. I think the calc was 1 to 7 quintillion, with the high end being 15 quintillion times the speed of light. The problem is Goku and Beerus don't move in tandem with the shockwaves. They neutralize them at their beginning point, but the shockwaves accelerate out and get faster as they leave the origin point.
Okay, so my counter here would be specifically the actual source. The source of the shockwaves is a clash between Goku and Beerus. Is that correct?
Yeah, but it's from their impact force. It's also It's weird because it's due to their ki, their god, a clash of god ki. Since Goku had not perfected the control over its god ki, it's more of a chain reaction production than them actually shooting out the shockwave from their own body.
Okay, yeah. See, that would be the difference here. I feel like that would be stated here, because in the actual case of what Mundus does, that's not done by something else afterwards. That's done by his own direct will, and it would be very strange if his serious attacks against Dante did not scale to that casual thing he does. Because whatever Mundus does, if you want to accept that it's his energy just going outwards, is done incredibly casually.
Well, the problem I have with it is that, okay, so let's go with what's done in the actual entire boss fight, right? So,
yeah, okay.
we're going off the axiom or the thought process that his universe creation is about a few quadrillion times the speed of light. I think it was, what is it, hundreds of quadrillion? I can't remember.
If I remember correctly, it's like a quintillion calculation. So, guys.
I know it was high in quadrillions. The point is, his demonic energy must have gone out of his body that created that thing. That's usually how it works with demonic energy, from what I've been reading in the novels.
Hang on one second, just for the stream real fast. Yeah, so the reason I'm not playing New Vegas is because I said I would only really stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So those are going to be the serious streams. Any other streams that occur outside of Tuesday and Thursday are going to be just more like random streams. So just letting you guys know on that one now.
Oh, your stream started. Do you want to resume this later?
I mean, we can keep talking. It's no big deal. Like that's why I moved you to stream chat, because like once I moved you here, the stream started.
All right. So going off of the thought process, he created a universe via his like energy going out. It's like quadrillions of times the speed of light, right? Encompassing the whole thing. Okay. So my issue is that the other things presented are meteorite throws, traversal between star systems in what seems to be a few seconds, which capped at 24,000 times the speed of light.
Yeah.
And then what really is harmful is the particle beam. So, Dante does react to the particle beam. I'm not going to diss that. He does it in base, and then you can just dodge it when he uses it in tandem and flight, right?
Well,
but a particle beam is the particle beam is it's defined as like being light in the guide, and it's also extremely consistent with there's I can't remember the Nosferatu. No, I can't remember. It starts with an N. It's a boss fight from DMC2. In the guide, it mentions it uses a laser Dante can react to that was calced at 10 times the speed of light. There's
Tower of Disaster.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was that.
No, fair. No.
He's referred to as the Tower of Disaster, but it's not his actual name.
I could have sworn it was just a City of Disaster, because it is.
Well, City Towers, something. That name.
There's also the Damned Rook is stupid to use because that's DMC3 Dante. Well, and it's not. I'm not saying it's stupid to use. I'm saying it's stupid to use as a counter. It's very good to use for DMC3 scaling, because it gets DMC3 Dante to like rel to light speed. Let's see, what was the other one? I could have sworn there was one more.
Are a bunch of fucking morons.
I could have sworn there was one more rel or.
Where the fuck's the objective at? Son of a bitch. For DMC3,
did he just get yeeted?
Oh shit, did he? Mangler, can you bring him back? I'm in the middle of a fucking Rainbow Six match.
Yeah, let me see if I can. I don't know if I can bring him back. Hang on, let me see if I.
You should be able to. You have the power.
I have the power to move people.
Gosh darn it! Why is my team so fucking?
I have the power to move people from VCs that they're already in to admin level VCs. I don't have the power to yoink them there, and that's probably good because I don't want to have the power to yoink people against their will.
Where the fuck is he then?
He just disappeared.
Oh, okay, well, let me know when he gets back in general chat, because right now I am playing in real time.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
And everyone else is talking about fucking DBZ when you got God's here first-person gameplay.
Well, DBZ and DMC sound really similar. I don't know. Conspiracy.
They're moving around. They're moving around a lot. Son of a bitch.
These mantises are really big.
Fuck.
You know, I could have sworn I was in Vault 22, and I went to Vault 11, and there's mantises here as well. Also, why is my leg broken? What's happening?
Don't know how the fuck that one accidentally sneaks up on you, but alright. Oh, fuck. Okay.
I'm like Zim now. My limbs are just crippled.
Fuck, they're around here somewhere. Yep, there he is. Oh! Oh, fuck me!
Yes. What is this game?
It's Rainbow Six Siege. It's a first-person, basically search and destroy situation. Okay, so let's dive right on. I guess I'll yoink the other two in.
Yes.
Oh, and he just went immediately back, or?
I have only one doctor's bag left.
All right.
Oh no.
I yoinked Cyber over here, but then he just went immediately back. So like, I guess he doesn't want to continue the discussion, or? Okay, hang on.
And maybe we'll talk another time. He's not ready. Because if back, but he doesn't want to be here anymore. Oh no, he's back here.
He said he got kicked.
Oh,
No,
I don't know what happened. I got removed from the chat twice.
I didn't kick him, so I don't.
I don't know if the chat did it by.
Alan, did you kick him?
No, I don't think anyone kicked me. Maybe it was just the chat. I don't know. I was going on that but basically, FTL Plus is more consistent. I think travel speed for MFTL is fine because Dante and Mundus going to that star system is travel speed explicitly. It's not really combat speed. They don't fight while they're flying. They explicitly fly over to whatever planet, and it's definitely seemingly in another star system, or at least in the nearest star system. They stop there, right? There's really nothing to insinuate Dante's reaction. I mean, travel speed, scales to his combat speed per se in that fight either. I guess I think a counterexample, if you want to bring up something, would be Dante going from his old home to Urizen's location in DMC5 after achieving Sin Devil Trigger. Pretty sure it's on Earth, so we wouldn't have the whole time shenanigans of the demon world. And Dante does it in a few seconds. But even if I were to absolutely say that the 2 points are the farthest away on the globe, the time Dante travels is actually slower than his flight speed in DMC1. Not to say that I think that even the MFTL travel speed feed is an outlier. I think that's fine. But, point is that the only thing that would get Dante that... I'm not talking about immeasurable right now. I'm still fine with immeasurable from the Fury. I'm just talking his raw travel speed if it's finite. Point is that, his travel speed in DMC1 doesn't support him scaling that high, combat and reaction speed-wise. His other feats in that game and later on, and what he can scale to, doesn't support it being that high. He doesn't react to the creation of the universe. And Mundus' own explicit attacks are described as being slower than the quantification given to the production.
Hang on. When are they described as being slower?
I know for a fact that's not true.
His particle
in game.
Wait. His particle beam is never described as being slower. What you guys are doing, or correct me if I'm wrong.
No. His particle beam is stated.
The fucking thing.
No, his particle beam is explicitly stated to be light in guides, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's light created from a demon, and light energy there is exclusively rare. That's more of an energy source than anything else. If you actually read the description in the guidebook, I believe it states that he has the rare ability to use light, because light's not a normal power for a demon. That's why Beowulf's so rare.
Wasn't light explicitly used by Cerberus?
No, Cerberus never used
light.
Oh,
sorry, no.
Cerberus uses ice.
Yeah, but Beowulf's what makes him so weird, because it's also referred to as divine and blessed light. Beowulf's light is holy in nature, but he's a full-on demon. Whatever light is in DMC, it's something weird. So, light's a rare power for demons to have. That might just be attributing to, he can use light. The only other demon we know besides Beowulf who can use light and Mundus is the Savior in DMC4, but that might just be because it was created with the explicit purpose to use light.
Zim, I got a question about Vault 11.
What do you got for me?
Are the enemies supposed to explode when I hit them with energy weapons? Because I'm shooting these rats with flamers, and they're exploding like plasma grenades.
Yeah, because you got the perk right now, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Flamethrower is an energy weapon.
Well, I forgot that I had it. Yeah, no, never mind. That answers my question.
Alright, sorry about that, Cyber. If he's still here, got yeeted.
Oh, no. Well, don't worry. We'll get him back, guys.
Alright, got yeeted. Yeah, so I was actually going to just stream today because I'm going to try and use this stream to boost my luck so I can get a weapon on Opera Omnia, maybe 2, without fucking fully losing all my fucking money. So we'll be doing that in a bit. Wait, what? Are you guys still talking about fucking DBS or DBZ?
Well, I left the chat alone. What happened here?
I guess I'll pop in stream too. Oh, no, he got kicked again. Fuck. I kind of feel like we should just fucking go to general chat at this point, but like it's like I already set up the VC. Why is it so difficult?
We're streaming. We're gonna stay in the stream channel.
Okay,
So
so pretty good.
we will have order in this Discord.
I don't know what the hell is going on with your VC.
I'll check and see if
Probably
like,
just Discord being funky.
I'll check and see if I can. Like, if this keeps happening, I'll just try and increase the permissions. He's under Zimatorn's regulars, so maybe I can just give permission to those two people to fucking.
Should we temporarily make him a moderator
No,
so that he can
no,
stay on
I
the
don't.
stream?
No.
I don't need that.
No, that's fine. We would promote Shin back to moderator before I promote anyone else. So like, just leave it be for now, Alan. Thank you. Oh, Alan, by the way, another book came in today from Barnes & Noble, so that should be your book. So.
Okay.
Start
Alright.
reading that today. So Cyber, you seem to have started a fucking a big old Dragon Ball debate on my fucking Discord server about fucking speed and fucking their scaling.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
Well, they started off talking about like Goku shaking the world of void and such, and then they just went going further.
Goku shaking the world of void isn't even it's not even usable as a speed feed.
What are they trying to kick? Are they trying to kick me?
What?
Wait, you're saying it's not a speed feed?
That can't be used as a speed feed. No one if Krillin reacts to it. Like, if you're going to use that, it freaking upgrades everyone in the area to like having infinite speed. If you think
to be fair, Krillin and none
Wait,
of the Z
wait,
fighters
is
have
that
any business
Mangler?
being there.
Yo, Mangler, you missed some good ass shit yesterday. You really did.
What just happened?
You missed some
Somebody
really
sounds
good
muffled.
shit. Oh, you missed some shit yesterday.
I made some.
He's
You're
saying
still muffled.
I don't understand. Shin's like my tech guy, and he has like the worst mic out of fucking all of us. But yeah,
Now I know
so
we're doomed.
back to the DMC thing for a minute.
Hold on.
Yeah, no. So I do understand like the reasoning behind it, and I do understand like sort of why people don't use it. I do disagree with it, obviously, because I understand that it's referred to as a particle beam and such. And I understand. His name should do Virgil versus Sesumaru. I already talked about that matchup when I talked about triple threat or triple reviewer. Or I think he's just called Topics Reviewer now. He did Virgil versus Sesumaru. No, he did Virgil and Dante versus Inuyasha and Sesumaru. That's a stomp for Virgil and Dante because nothing in Inuyasha comes close to them. Or unless Cyber knows anything about Inuyasha and he wants to say something on that.
No, I've come across some really bad wank for it recently.
What have you got for me? What's the story?
4D black holes.
What the fuck?
I have no clue. I just saw some scans, people trying to say the fourth dimensional black hole. I'm like, that's not what it's talking about. It's a different dimensional vortex.
And I've never even heard of black hole in Inuyasha, so.
It's bullshit. It was just a vortex. It wasn't a black hole. Anyway, getting back on track. Where was I going to go at? Okay, so there's a calc for, I guess a comparison to use would be Zelda. There's a joke calc that actually can be used. Okay, so let's get into this. There's a calc for the Triforce restoring all of Lorule, or sorry, the Sacred Realm, right? And if we assume a universal size, right, which is supported by like expanded material in guides, right, and even in the games, right? The ratio does it at the speed was like, I forget the number. It was definitely higher than quadrillions, I think, or at least trillions. Like, no one necessarily reacts initially when it restores it, right? But the reason characters could scale to this, at least when they have the full Triforce, is we know that Triforce amps the physicality of the user. So, if the Triforce is capable of casually doing this, right, and then someone were to get to acquire it and be fully empowered by it, right? Yeah, you could argue that they would scale to it, right? My problem is Mundus really doesn't follow this sort of logic. Mundus, yes, it's from his own energy, right, going out, but no one reacts to it properly, right? And again, other like feats in the verse come nowhere near that. Not even their travel speed fees. At best, you could argue it's an outlier.
Wait, how would you argue it's an outlier if the higher realm of speed is infinite and immeasurable potentially?
Also, I was going to mention that Dante in
Zim,
game
you forget that I disagree with
shoot lasers and move.
Wait, Zim,
at the same time. So
Zim,
he would
you
have to
forget-
dodge and react.
Mangler, I understand, but let Cyber speak for a second.
Zim, you forget that I disagree with every single infinite and immeasurable speed feat in the verse, except
I understand that, but we're having a stream here, so I want to clear. So like, I have to present my point as well. Everyone here
Okay.
more or less knows you. Well, I guess most people are on the Discord, so they know your shtick.
yeah, I
on.
disagree with every single immeasurable speed feat or infinite for DMC except Fury. And Fury, you're gonna kill me for this. I've started to have doubts about Fury after talking to a few people, but
No,
let's
know,
not go.
'cause to be perfectly honest, you never really were like fully into the power skill. Like you talked about it, kind of like what I do with our power skills. Like I'm willing to listen and willing to like hear it, but like not everything fully like sticks. So like yeah,
I've been getting more and more into. I've been reading the novels. I've been going through a lot of different walkthroughs and looking up a lot of different material. I am having a few problems with Fury, not so much with its description, but literally how it can backscale to nearly everyone in the verse if you argue it correctly, and how it creates a lot of speed inconsistencies.
I mean,
So-
the only people you could backscale it to would be like the higher
Yeah,
tier demons.
you can only really backscale it to like Dante and Demon King
Debatable.
fighters.
I've seen a few arguments that can be used to backscale it literally to Trish.
You can't
No,
compare it to
anyone
Nero, you
who's
can't
doing
compare it
that,
to V.
that's-
They never canonically fight the Fury.
How would you backscale?
That
wait,
eliminates
hang on,
any
hang on,
argument for any of the
hang
other
on.
Devil Hunters.
What is the argument to backscale to Trish? I'd love to hear this.
Okay, it comes from Urizen and Trish being able to perceive Urizen. Even if she gets she still is able to perceive his. It's basically related to Before the Nightmare, the encounter with Urizen. Like, I'll go more into later. Oh, Neo, you were gonna say something?
I was gonna say that I fundamentally disagree with Mundus's. Well, I should say no. I don't disagree with the feat. I disagree with your stance on the feat. For one thing, I personally believe that you shouldn't treat attack speed and travel speed as different unless the series itself does. First and foremost, but also second, they don't need to react to it because logically his attack should just be that fast to begin with. Let's just assume that it does apply to only attack speed. Thing is, his attacks will have to universally be the same speed regardless. And let's just say, and you can make the argument that, oh wait, but it doesn't show that in gameplay or anything like that. But here's the thing. It's gameplay. It's not going to show faster than light speeds or anything like that.
Well, no, it's not from the gameplay. It's the fact that Dante gets. No, it's from the fact that Dante gets outside of gameplay, right? In canonical cutscenes, he gets tagged by Mundus's
He actually dodges it before it hits him multiple times.
I mean,
he does react to it, and
that's
after the end of the first section of the fight. So he'd be faster at the beginning because he's not taking damage.
We also do have to mention this as well. That one is done by a casual, not even trying Mundus, and the other one is done by a fully serious bloodlusted Mundus. So even if you want to argue that Dante gets tagged by the attacks later on, this is by a serious Mundus trying his best to kill Dante, not just casually being like, oh, here, let me just flap my wings for a second. Let me do my morning stretches.
Additionally, the main way
I'm not
that
sure at the moment. I just think it's, even if you argue it's legitimate, I still think...
No, wait, hang on a minute. Wait, hang on a minute. Like, you're fine to disagree, but are you disagreeing with the idea that a serious Mundus wouldn't be better than, like, a casual Mundus? Is that what you're disagreeing with?
No, that's not my intent at all.
I just wanted to make sure that at that point it's a little absurd. Speaking of absurd.
No, what I'm saying is, it's just higher than even, like, the single feat, like, okay, so, both of the, like, the things for MFTL and MFTL Plus, right, come from this singular boss fight, right? Nothing, besides scaling, right, obviously you can use scaling to, argue degrees of consistency, I'm fine with that. That's how literally you would scale other characters to Fury, besides Dante, obviously. But, anyway, so, other feats that can be attributed to Dante later himself in the timeline, just don't come close to this. Again, I provided a travel speed feat when he's much stronger, and when I don't see any reason for him to delay trying to get to Urizen. That seems kind of stupid. The whole point of it was for him fusing with the blade was he knew he wasn't strong enough, or at least he needed to be like, have definitive to beat Urizen in the first place.
By this argument, then let's use Dragon Ball here, and correct me if I'm like providing a fallacy or anything. Let's say because Goku during Dragon Ball Super, like massively faster and light, no problem. If it takes him more than a second to go anywhere on the globe, would I say that massively faster and light is an outlier, even though he's casually doing it and traveling normally? Like, keep in mind that after
I think
DMC,
he accidentally left the chat again.
Damn it!
I know.
Okay, well, Neo, can you give me... Wait, let me bring him back.
There we go.
Okay, Cyber, are you back?
Yeah, your VC hates me.
Alright,
Probably because I'm lowering. I'm trying to lower
It's
speeds.
a loyal server. She's a loyal one. Okay, so what I was gonna say is like, you can only scale. Wait, hang on, Reggie. You can only scale Dante to the Fury though. No, because you can also scale Virgil to the Fury just by virtue of being able to fight Dante equally, and then anyone else who fights Dante later on. No, I was just explaining.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Yeah, Fury would obviously scale to Virgil,
Yeah.
But
Okay, so what I was gonna say
before
is
you
like,
go with
what I was gonna say was like fucking Okay, so you're saying that because like there are things lesser in areas there and such. I would say like, so if Dragon Ball has any inconsistent like speed where like, let's say even though Goku's massively faster than light, it takes him more than a second to cross any distance in the manga or like in the Tournament of Power because it takes him time to cross it. Would I say that massively faster than light's not applicable then because it takes him time to cross it?
I don't know if Dragon Ball is a fair comparison because it has I know what you're trying to do, but I have issues with you bringing up Dragon Ball in general because of how inconsistent its speed system is.
Okay, so if Dragon Ball can have inconsistencies and then say you guys would still scale it to its highest, why are you not doing the same for DMC?
Left again.
Damn it! For fuck's sake, what the fuck?
Imagine trying to have a conversation with them and you reach the apex of your point and then they're just gone.
Did you hear my final statement or no? Damn it!
What I was gonna say is, Dragon Ball is weird because Beerus is like without the shockwave thing, since they don't react to it in tandem, right? MFTO plus to the degree that we that people usually argued for DBS is more so from travel speed and trying to apply it to reaction speed for characters, right? So it's from three different travel speeds. You have Whis having two different ones. One that was like a casual one and one where he says that he's never gone that fast. And then prior to this, Beerus was stated to have traveled the same distance that Whis had done in one of his feats at 3/4 the speed that Whis did. People usually slap on the 3/4 to Whis's second feat, but I find that to be extremely stupid since one, the statement for 3/4 takes place before Whis does that feat. The one that and then second, he explicitly says that he has never gone that fast before. It would be much better less fallacious to basically slap on Beerus's 3/4 travel speed thing to Whis's first.
Did you just say delicious?
I said fallacious.
Okay, I was gonna say fucking hell. Now everyone's saying delicious. I blame Angler.
Fallacious fallacy.
Okay, yeah. Okay, but even so, you would use, even if there's like cases where they're not moving as fast as they should based on scale, then you would still use that to support. You would still use the high end feats, though, would you not?
If they're consistent enough, yes.
Okay, so
when it comes to travel speed feat, right, in Dragon Ball, besides Whis and Beerus, the one that comes to mind obviously is Kid Buu. Whether or not you argue he was only destroying a galaxy or the universe is irrelevant, the point is he would still have to be going at MFTO plus speeds at traveling to destroy the planets or sections of the galaxy or whatever he was destroying, right? Prior to this, no one really had, per se, MFTL plus travel speed feats, and Zeke, correct me if I'm wrong, it's mostly just off of, multipliers, off of, reaction speed feats, I guess there's a good example is basically Final Flash, at least in Kai. It goes from Earth outside of the solar system, or at least well into the solar system, is a few seconds, and I guess you could use that, obviously no one, Cell doesn't react to it, but the Cell Junior does, and Cell scales above the Cell Junior.
okay, yeah, seems legit there.
In Dragon Ball? Because Cell does react to the Final Flash. He moves at the last second when you see him do it. That's the reason he gets hit. That's the reason half of his body gets blown off. He also has time to say a full sentence before it hits him.
He reacts to it. Actually, this actually reminds me of scaling to Street Fighter, because Versus Battle Wiki uses something similar to scale Street Fighter to... Gosh darn it, my teammates are killing each other.
If I can say a sentence in real time before a bullet hits me, that means I'm perceiving the bullet, and it before it makes contact with my body.
No, because I was actually going to say...
I don't recall that part. I would have to recheck. I'm pretty sure at least in one of the adaptations he didn't have enough time to react. He saw Vegeta charging it, but the moment Vegeta fires, he's like, "Ah!" The beam hits him and blows off his arm, and like.
Well, after Vegeta fires it, the camera scans in on him, shows his back, then it shows his face, and then he responds, and then it hits him.
Yeah, no. From what I recall correctly, Cell does react to it. Neo, if you have any input there, you feel free to go ahead. Since I know you know Dragon Ball as well.
No. He's not wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Oh, wait. The chat yeeted him again.
Gosh darn it!
Look, why don't we just, like, pick this up another time? Because
Well, I mean, like,
Stream clearly doesn't want him.
Either way, I'm not just gonna fucking, like, not drag him back in. Okay, so for whatever fucking reason, Cyber just is hated by fucking locked rooms in this fucking... I think he's the one we have the most problem with, because, like, none of the other people get kicked out as hard as fucking Cyber does. Cyber, what do you use for fucking Discord?
Just my phone.
Well,
I'm on my phone, too. This is weird.
Kyle uses his phone. Well, Kyle and you are admins, so maybe that's the reason.
Well, everyone here is an admin, so...
Well, everyone except Cyber.
Yeah, that's... Maybe that might be the common denominator.
So maybe it's just that for some reason it just doesn't like non-admins here for some reason.
Wait, is there like a time limit that he can stay before it kicks him? Maybe that's why.
I've never set up such a time limit. Does the time limit initially start? And he's.
I don't know, but
let me see.
It's got to be something.
There's no time limit.
Yeah, I'll say I don't recall saying a time limit. That person's a fucking idiot. Oh. Alright, let me drag him back in here.
Again, we go.
Okay, Cyber. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, it feels like Discord just does not like you not be...
Yep, he yeeted him again.
Okay,
oh my god.
I'm just gonna do this. But let's pick this up later.
Alright then.
Yeah, this is being way too fucking absurd at this point. Hang on a second.
Look, maybe next time when Discord tells you to do something, you do it.
Because like,
apparently Zim doesn't have power over his own server. It's become sentient.
I'll have to set up a second stream chat for non-mods. That's like the only potential way here. But anyway, Neo, it's been a while since you have I chatted. How you been?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'll have to make a video actually.
Ah, yes. I've started making those again myself. I recently did Ninja Gaiden again. Universal Ninja. I guess Universal plus Ninja Gaiden seems to be super common.
I mean, me personally, I have it. I have the verse that exacts me. And it doesn't go back to. I do the verse still should be due to the 2 factors of the verse, but you know.
Okay. Did you cut out a little bit there? You say you think they should scale to the god tiers, or
no? I said that even if you don't agree with Ryu scaling to the 2 god tiers of the verse, I do think the verse is still universal plus regardless, but.
Yeah, I know, because like I went through the lore, and there seems to be at least 3 to 4 people who scale directly to Vigor, and I would scale directly to the guy who created the universe. Vigor's gonna destroy everything, actually, and it's stated that he does like ignore time while he does it.
He's like actually burning time. Ignore how that doesn't make sense, but you know,
when you're just that powerful, you know anything goes. Yeah, no, my problem is scaling into. Oh, hang on. Go ahead, Alan.
In terms of like an OC going on your wiki, how popular does the OC have to be? Do they have to be like have 1 million views on YouTube? Because Villains Wiki has a rule for OCs being on the wiki, and the only way they can be on it is if they're really, really popular.
That's actually a good question on that one.
Think that is not particularly relevant. No offense.
Well, okay, so for context, Alan has a book out, so it's a published book and everything, and I think that's why he's asking, because like how popular does book have to be on like your website or anything? Is basically what he's asking there.
Oh, usually I'd prefer not to have. It depends. I prefer to have. I know this weird. Well, actually, I can explain why. I prefer not to have published by like debaters and stuff. Actually, I'm pretty sure you can see the reason why I don't want that.
Because no debate.
Yeah, it might sound biased.
Yeah, no, I was just a little curious myself on that matter, given that, if someone, like, publishes a book and shit, like, where's the rule there? And it seems the chat has gone a little toxic. It seems between Crypto and Abyss. Seems to be going on there.
Toxic who?
Oh, I guess Abyss and Crypto are just having a little dispute with, I guess, Superman, one of the Superman comics. Ultra Instinct is a technique. Oh, and that's back to fucking Dragon Ball again. Ultra Instinct is not a form. Ultra Instinct is a technique. It just looks like a new form. Or would you have any comments there?
I mean, that one kind of depends on whether you think Kaioken is a transformation. I mean, it's obviously a technique, but like at the same time, it doesn't help it that it changes your body like visually, and you can stack it on top of other transformations. Well, I guess by
at the end of the day,
be a transformation.
At the end of the day, it increases power, so that's all that really matters, anyways.
Where's my Kaioken times 20 Ultra Instinct?
Kaioken
if you can
times
stack
20
Kaioken
times
on
blue.
Ultra Instinct, that'd be fucking busted.
That needs to actually be a thing. That'd be cool.
Dude, yeah.
I mean, Kaioken times Super Saiyan was supposed to be busted.
His
but
aura would
Goku
start looking like the multicolored ice cream.
But Goku only ever uses it in the Otherworld tournament, like, which is a filler arc to the anime.
Imagine like a stack up between Super Saiyan Blue, Kaioken, and Ultra Instinct. That'd be fucking weird.
Yeah, because Ultra Instinct is
Goku just time limit of 1 minute.
time limit 5 seconds.
Time limit 5 seconds, don't kill the enemy, your body explodes.
You have to transfer the energy to your enemy to survive, otherwise you might as well just give up. Yeah, no, because technically, if Ultra Instinct is an actual technique, that means you could stack on Super Saiyan Blue and then Kaioken to it. I just don't think, the writer thought that far ahead with that one.
I don't think you'd be capable of snacking Kaioken on Ultra Instinct if they're both techniques then. Because if one of them is a the reason he can stack it on to like Super Saiyan is because Super Saiyan is an actual transformation.
I don't think
Kaioken looks like a transformation.
I don't think Dragon Ball has
not.
a rule against fucking stacking techniques on top of each other, as far as I know, last time I checked.
I mean, we've never seen him do it, and I'm pretty sure he would have done it when he was fighting Jiren, because that any amount of power would have been more useful than none.
We're thinking in theoreticals here. We're not thinking in absolutes.
Yeah, I was going to say... Well, actually, I wasn't going to say that. What I was going to say was actually like, wait, hang on a minute. Wasn't Ultra Instinct burning apart his body? So wouldn't it be a bad idea to make that more powerful?
Well, if we're talking about the Kaioken, which also destroys your body when you send it above 2.
Goku is a very self-destructive person. He should talk to somebody about that.
I mean, granted, he's not supposed to send it above 2, and he still does it. A lot of people just think, well, his body can tank it. It's like, well, his body can tank it, but it's still destroying portions of his muscles. And like wearing them down way faster.
I think it's kind of like the One Piece situation where you kind of forget that it actually causes damage every time he goes like Gear 2 and shit.
You can simply say he's more resistant to the pain, but it's still causing problems with his body. It never said King Kai never said anything like, "Oh, it'll stop your heart" or anything. So he just said like, "Don't do this," or it could cause some potential problems. I think he says it's lethal, but I'm not sure. He just says don't go above 2 times.
And then Goku proceeds to hit ×4 in his first actual direct usage of it.
Goku's literally like, body, don't fail me now, Kaioken ×3.
Does he go ×4 in the manga, or is that just a...
He does go ×4 in the manga. He goes 3 for most of the fight, and then when they're doing the Ki Clash, during the Ki Clash, he goes ×4.
Yeah, because that's what I remember from the show anyway. I haven't read...
Because they're basically equally matched, mostly. And then he's like... what does the abridged say? He's just like, Kaioken ×3.5.
The abridged, I think, that was probably one of the most creative endeavors YouTube's ever seen. It's a shame they ended it, but I can sort of understand why. It looked like they weren't having fun at the end there.
Yeah, they didn't even want to do the BoJack movie. They were like, oh. Which is funny because, like, out of all the movies, BoJack's is the only one that you could argue is like canon
Okay,
because
so,
of how little inconsistencies it causes.
Are you
uh,
telling me
like-
that the Bio Broly movie isn't canon?
Did anyone ever question? I was gonna say, did anyone ever question why in the first Cooler movie Gohan has a tail? Like,
Well, to be fair, the movies do take place in a separate timeline.
well, no, definitely, they take place in a
So I guess
separate
this is a
like,
timeline where they never decided to practice safety, and they just.
I guess they just never fought. What do they? Does that mean they fought the Saiyans? Because they clearly fought Frieza, which means those arcs would have to be canon. But I guess Piccolo just never cut off his tail, so.
Gohan never looked up at the moon during his training. Problem solved.
Which means Piccolo was like, "Hey, you'll destroy the planet. Whatever. I hate most of the people who live here anyway." Yeah, transforms and like detransforms in like 3 hours. So
a
Piccolo's
slug
just a
monster
dick.
and- I'm a slug monster and no one likes me. Go for your life.
So according to
Have fun.
recent Moro in the recent manga, they both refer to Ultra Instinct as a form or a transformation, not a actual technique. Which is fucking wrong based on what they told us, but alright, fuck it, I guess.
Well, I mean, the manga and the anime, while they do have like connected canons, they have a lot of canon that is not connected.
Yeah,
It's not.
I
so.
don't understand why the fuck Super's manga went so far off the fucking deep end in terms of like changing everything.
Well, most of those changes were made for the good because they were better, but
So
most of them.
You would say the manga's
Yes.
better than the anime?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
it's way more.
far
consistent.
fucking better. I hate fucking Super so fucking much. Okay, listen. It had potential at the first 2 arcs. It had potential. I like the first arc. I like the Zamatsu arc. It was
Agree.
pretty cool. But after that, it went fucking down the rails to me. Fuck that. And what they did to Jiren, oh my fucking god. What did they do? What did they do so bad?
They massacred my boy.
No.
The
Here's
first 2 arcs. When you said the first 2 arcs had promise, I'm just like, what? The first 2 movie arcs?
I
like Super. But
so you would say the manga is a superior version of Super though?
oh yeah, like the others, like the seasons after that, pretty much just ruined as a whole, especially the Tournament of Power. Like, listen. If you're Dragon Ball and you have to resort to fairy tale level bullshit, referring to Vegeta gaining a form just for believing in his wife and friends, like, come on, bro, you're better than this.
You know, it's just the motivation. Okay, hell knows that Masu arc was dog shit. Is that referencing the manga or? Oh, hang on, let me. Shin, you there? I might as well just move Shin over here.
But overall, I fucking hate Super. At least at later seasons, the Zamatsu arc is all right. First arc was all right as well. It was nice, but after that, it went down the fucking rails.
Also, I hate how they did Kefla in the Tournament of Power. Is Kefla in the manga or no?
Shoot, I have to read that again. It's been a minute, but last I remember, and the manga's still going. Last I remember, so I haven't kept up with it either.
Yeah,
Shit.
because they're doing they got the new antagonist, and I think he already beat Vegeta as is per
Moro.
as per tradition. The manga is trash in general. What the? Okay, so I guess there's some disagreements here.
Oh, it's fine, I guess. I mean, honestly, like I said, I prefer the manga over the later season of Super. Actually, matter of fact, and this may be a hot take. Honestly, this may be a hot take. I would. Let me just prepare myself. Oh,
let me spiritually repair myself for my own.
here's the thing.
opinions.
Oh, you know Dragon Ball GT. Everyone like shits on that, and me personally, I found it's all right. I'm not gonna say it's better than Z, definitely not, but it's all right. I'd rather take fucking GT over the later season of Super. I'm not even fucking joking.
I say this a lot on the channel, but GT was fine. I don't mind GT. I will say the first arc was ass though. Like the Black Star arc, get that out of here. Don't speak to me about the Black Star fucking Dragon Balls arc. Fuck that noise. Never happened.
It kind of does not make sense for Goku to have infinite fucking speed for the entire fucking series. Like, there's literally no fucking way that will work. And it's inconsistent as shit. Just fucking saying.
Fuck you, damn me. So everyone getting and leaving or getting kicked.
I don't get it. I don't get why my Discord's so shit. Hang on one second, guys. Just responding to something on Discord. Because Cyber's like, then I'll hit up Ninja Gaiden. He deleted the message, but I believe in saving people time. So I'm just telling Cyber, like, if you have trouble with DMC as much as you do, you're not going to fucking even, you're not going to like Ninja Gaiden the fucking slightest. Hang on. I think most fans will be fine with GT if the Shadow Dragon arc and Super 17's arc were redone. Mangler had to leave because he had... This is the first time I've seen Mangler in actual chat, actually, in the Discord.
I've managed to catch him in chat like several times. See how it is, but yeah, overall, I hate Super. I really fucking hate it. And the worst part about it is I liked it for a good port. They had me.
I actually fucking I never really liked Super, mainly because I didn't like Super Saiyan Blue, its name and everything. It just felt really lazy overall.
Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue are lazy as fuck. They're literally recolors. I'd rather take GT's Super Saiyan 4 any day.
Yeah, because Super Saiyan 4 was the better fucking transformation in terms of design and
It's
everything.
better. It's
Ew.
better than the name Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan.
Is that the actual name, or is that just like...
Yeah,
That was
that-
the original name.
It was the original name
for
of
Super
Blue.
Saiyan Blue.
It was the original name. Just Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. That was it. But then they changed it to Blue. I mean, that was a better choice. It's still lazy, but better though.
So Super Saiyan Blue's better. Why not just call it like fucking Super Saiyan God 2?
Exactly. Just call it that, you know? Although it doesn't change the fact that Super Saiyan God form itself looks stupid as well. It's just Goku becoming a redhead, basically. Yeah, that's nice.
I always took Super Saiyan God forms as not new forms, just the same form with God Ki. Like, for me, Super Saiyan Blue was never a new transformation. It was just Super Saiyan with God Ki added.
And like I said, I guess the perfect example. Person.
Neo,
Oh,
you know a little bit there?
Said personally, I don't know, man. It's just Super Saiyan forms for Super Saiyan forms were just fucking lazy. The Super Saiyan God forms were lazy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I can't wait for Super Saiyan Green, though.
Oh, God. If they bring that, I'm a fucking die because green does not go with Goku at all.
It's gonna be Vegeta's unique form.
Wait, what the fuck did I just hear?
Super Saiyan
Next,
God.
fucking Super Saiyan fucking
Vegeta's
pink.
going to get pink.
Dude,
That's exactly what I just fucking.
it's gonna be Super Saiyan fucking Rainbow, the ultimate power.
Super Saiyan
For a
Skittles.
base.
Super Saiyan Skittles. Vegeta's next attack will be Rainbow Blast because it's been a while since you've had a random new Ki Blast. It's gonna be Rainbow.
Wait a minute,
based.
I just don't realize that if
Alright.
they give Vegeta a fucking not purple, if they give him a pink form, then that he would pretty much look like Hyper Knuckles from fucking Sonic.
I will say this: I wonder if they can change their color because Goku Black had a pink Super Saiyan God form, not a blue one.
No, but that reminds me, where the fuck is that? When's Goku gonna get that? The rose form?
Yeah, because that should be fair game.
Is that a shadow for what that Goku may actually get in the future? I hope not.
I mean, like, because the way
Maybe if he fuses with King Kai.
Why though? Why?
the way Zamasu says it, it sounds like it's Super Saiyan Blue, but he just chose to make it Rose or Rose. So either it's a new form with complete mastery of God Ki, but I think they have that already. That's because they need to sell toys in.
Wait, what?
I mean, I personally prefer Rose over Blue. I don't know about you guys, but Rose looked a lot better than Blue did.
I did, honestly. It's pink, but eh.
Look.
No.
I get the idea that pink's like a girly color and shit, but that black with that shade of pink was fucking a good choice on the design part.
No. Pink and black look
Wait,
fucking
man,
cool.
I'm trying to put you
You'll
in.
find that black looks good with any any color that's brighter than that. Black just looks good on everything. Yes,
Sure.
Taylor, I see you.
He's trying to tag you.
Is that his original comment or no? Let me see. Are you saying, well, the way they explain it is it's just Super God with Super Saiyan added? Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's basically how I took it as. Rose is just blue. Rose is just blue, but being used by a Kai. Well, no, it's not being used by a Kai. It's being used by Goku. He's not a Kai anymore at that point. That's literally Goku's body. You can't say that. That's not how that works. Unless the court order was stated. No. Yes, it is. That's Goku's body. Also, for some reason, when you guys add me in chat, it doesn't actually draw my attention to it.
Well, I'll do it like this.
Blue Evolution is canon in the manga, though, Neo? Wait.
Is it?
Neo, apparently, according to Reggie, Vegeta's new blue form is canon to the manga. Is that correct?
I remember on that. Because as I established before, it's been a minute since I've last read manga, and I know some of the recent stuff mainly because of the fact that I've seen people talk about it. But yeah, it is. I remember. Yeah, it is. It is canon. It actually appears. He actually evolved it. Actually, matter of fact, he evolved the form.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna side with the, no. I think that's what happens, but I haven't read the manga. No, that's why I'm saying Abyss is because he's not a Kai anymore because he has Goku's body. Because God Ki is already in Goku's body, so there should be no difference there. I think they can just change the color. They just didn't decide to.
Hold on a second. I'm talking with someone.
That's fine.
Well, not talking, but like more like texting someone in their server.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
1 second.
Oh, I'm actually, when you get a chance to respond, you don't have to respond right away, but, how do you feel about 5D Fire God Liu Kang?
No. No, whoever argued that, dumb. Sorry, bro. No offense, but that's dumb.
Well,
Yeah, you should have been here yesterday.
Yeah, no, it's been a pretty heated contention. At the very least, it's been since popping up. Zim, it's Rose because Goku Black still has the soul of a Kai. Jesus, that shouldn't fucking matter to the body though, or the Ki, because God Ki they already use it. Goku doesn't get God Ki in that timeline, but he gets God Ki in the main timeline, and we see that makes blue. I'm pretty sure they can just change their color. I think it's just easier to say they can change their color.
Hang on. So, Neo, so we can get this decided once and for all. Who's stronger? Movie Broly from the original movies or Janemba?
I'm pretty. Oh, yeah, okay. So we're going with the canon. We're going with the movie canon,
Not
basically.
Super Broly.
Yeah, the movie canon. We're going with the original Broly. I hate Goku because he cried next to me, Broly.
With that canon, then Janemba's far superior in that case.
Suck it, Pimp Demon. I was right, and I won that debate.
Is it?
Oh, good.
What is it?
Okay, so for context, the other day, Kyle and Pimp Demon in my server were having a massive debate on whether or not Janemba was the strongest villain, because the guy said Broly's the strongest, and I've actually seen Set the Programmer support Broly being stronger than Janemba and Gogeta by extension.
He rooted on him.
So I've seen the argument, but... Oh, go ahead.
I don't see any. I don't.
It's the strongest.
I do not see any evidence for that because the whole thing about it is comes at a far later date than when Broly did. Broly was like a Cell Saga around Cell Saga level antagonist. Meanwhile, Janemba was fought way after they had fought Broly at that point, referring to the Toei canon of Dragon Ball.
And not even that, it's the fact that all the movies have their own separate like canon timeline, which means that he's arguing that a stronger Goku and Vegeta who had to fuse to beat Janemba shouldn't be able to beat Broly, which just does not make any sense because at that point both Goku and Vegeta should be able to individually clap Broly.
Especially if we assume Bio Broly and shit is canon to that timeline as well, because isn't Bio Broly the same Broly?
Well, I'm pretty sure
all three Broly movies take place with like that's why all the movies take place in the same timeline because they all reference each other.
Yeah, but the point is, I don't see how Janemba is far weaker than Broly. I don't understand that. I don't see how that's supported by anything outside of like maybe an assumption, speculation.
Okay, so I can provide you the backstory if you like a little bit. So, because I remember Set's reasoning behind this one a little bit. So number one, the guy who makes the movies claims Broly's the strongest villain in the movies. The feats obviously disagree with that, but then Seth specifically said that all the calculations for Broly and all the things we can physically calc for Broly were greater than Janemba in his debates. I think he called it the Broly Wars. It's like 5 hours long, but I didn't bother watching all of it because I don't really fucking care for all that. But yeah, so basically it's like the direct feats Broly does are superior to anything Janemba does according to according to Seth.
Oh, not ignoring the fact that I have never seen any evidence for it, no calcs or anything whatsoever. Assuming that the calc itself is actually true, that is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of calcs are just bullshit.
Well, this is also ignoring the fact that Janemba affected the entire afterlife.
No, he not even just that. He was thinking that afterlife ended correctly, even. But he was a place as well. Obviously, he wasn't affecting the whole space, more like sections of it. But still, the point is, he was doing that just from being born. So
I'm here.
And
What's
and then
happening?
Super Janemba is way more powerful, or at the very least has control of that power.
I see how Broly and Janemba. I don't see it. I'm sorry. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, because I was supporting Kyle on that one, but that was just a big thing that happened there.
Didn't he say that? Didn't Seth say that, like, what's it called? That the afterlife in, like, the DBZ macrocosm is, like, smaller than the South Galaxy or something?
I think he might have made that argument based on the Daizenshuu representation. That can't be calculated, you idiot. Broly slaps. Okay, yeah, so then there are calcs for Broly being stronger then. There are calcs.
Well, because Janemba would also, like, Janemba's what's causing all of the dimensions of hell to be broken open. And some people have said that dimensions in hell are, like, that hell as a size is infinite. Which, if that's true, that'd be vastly superior to the size of the South Galaxy, even if he's only breaking it open, because he's separating whole dimensions of space and time. Whereas Broly, in like a period of a few years, blows up the entire South Galaxy.
Is it a few years? I thought it happened like almost like instantly.
I'm pretty sure. Well, yeah, no. I think he says he blows it up overnight. I'd have to go back and watch the sub because all I remember is the Funimation dubbed, and then like the abridged dubbed. So my memory is this is what happens when you watch an abridged series. It messes with your idea of the canon.
This is what happens when you watch the superior version of the story.
You get screwed. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So I was just saying that Goku in that timeline doesn't have he doesn't get God Ki. And the reason why it's Rose is because his soul is a Kai. It has nothing to do with his body.
I would need a direct scan for that one personally. I want a direct scan.
I don't know if the manga explains it that way, but I'm pretty sure the anime does.
Because I was gonna say it shouldn't be Rose then. It should be blue. I think it's just easier to say they could change the form if they wanted to.
I'm pretty sure the manga gives like a very different explanation because it also gives a different explanation for like the power of Super Saiyan Blue. They don't actually, if I'm not mistaken, they don't actually define it as just being a Super Saiyan in that form because, well, I haven't read the Frieza arc in the manga because it's not in the main line of the manga comics. It's written separately by Torotaro.
Okay, yeah, see.
So,
Gerard here's bringing up the fact that there are reasons for why Janemba loses, and it's in Set's video. So, yeah, I guess that is, because I don't remember the exact arguments, but he made.
Well, no. He was making those arguments for Broly against
Gogeta, I think.
Gogeta, which because he said Soul Punisher doesn't work, which is bullshit because Gohan literally refers to him as pure evil when he blows up the planet of the slaves that are on New Vegeta. He just calls him pure evil, which is not hard to stretch because he immediately blows it up.
Well, no, but
he's lost his mind.
But by doing the Gogeta versus Broly debate, you're ultimately doing a Janemba versus Broly debate as well. Because by doing that, you have to say,
I got you.
Like, you know, because even without that, he was superior to Janemba in terms of speed and ability.
Oh yeah. I was just saying, like he said, Soul Punisher doesn't work, and I'm like, really? You can prove Broly's not evil?
Isn't it?
Because the main cast of characters say that's otherwise.
I could have sworn the attack was called Stardust Crusher.
It's called Stardust Breaker, I think, in the dub, but then it's Soul Punisher in the Japanese.
So you're saying it's a JoJo's reference?
Look, all I'm saying is that it may involve stands. I don't watch JoJo, but everything somehow links back to JoJo.
Dude,
Because it's a reference that it's a JoJo's reference.
Just sit down and watch Broly is a Saint Mangler.
Yeah, I should have noticed that when he took an energy blast and blew up someone's planet just because they were wishing for the hope in the sky that they would return one day. Yeah, that was definitely a benevolent
This will teach
thing
these
for him
fuckers to
do.
believe in a better life.
I'm gonna give them a better life here
hates
by blowing up their
because
home
he cried
planet.
really, really loud.
I will say this live chat took a turn for the worst. Yeah, it seems to have gotten a bit toxic recently. So chill the fuck out there before I put you guys on timeout. So far I've only put John on timeout. Don't make me do it to other people. Just let. So actually, that reminds me. In college, I was considered a bad noodle by one of my teachers, and she gave me a special spot to sit right in front of her for the entirety of the semester. But there was one good chair in the class. So one day, I grabbed a chair, I put it in my spot, and I just sit there with a shit-eating grin because no one else can touch my spot. And I'm like, yeah, so this is now mine. If I'm gonna be here, I get the fucking good chair.
So
I
if
did
you're
not
gonna be
get a
treated like a
table.
3-year-old, you're gonna be treated like a 3-year-old but comfy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if I'm gonna be treated like a fucking kid, I'm gonna fucking enjoy it. I did not get a table to myself, though. I had to share with, like, some other person, and they fucking hated me for it, basically. But, like, fuck it, whatever. They could get over it. Big brain Zim. If you consider this a punishment, I consider this a victory. She was like the only teacher who hated me. Actually, no, a lot of teachers hated me in college. I am bad with teachers in general. Like, if a teacher doesn't like me, they just fucking hate me. I feel like it could be a problem with me, but I just don't see it. It seems Mangler's disappeared into the ether once more. I like Fable. No, it's okay. We all like bad games every now and again. It's all good. I will say this though, Fable 2 is actually a good game. You guys cannot dispute me on this. Fable 2 was a good game. You cannot dispute. To dispute
I was to be told I didn't really care too much about Fable.
No, yeah, I feel you. Reminds me of me getting the good ass teacher chair in middle school. Imagine Zim flipping out like SpongeBob when he was told he was a bad noodle. No, I get in trouble a lot with teachers, but I get more in trouble with them, like, not even on purpose. It just fucking happens. Like, I'm not even trying to cause something, and it just happens. I thought the general norm was that Fable 3 was the bad one. I mean, yeah, Fable 3 was ass. Like, make no mistake, Fable 3 was an awful game. But that's mainly because Fable 2 was so much better than Fable fucking 3. Like, I feel like if Fable 3 had come out first, it wouldn't be as hated as it was. Fable 2 final boss was fucking great. You guys just didn't appreciate the fucking storytelling there.
What, the fact if you wait too long, Reaver will literally just shoot him for you?
And that's great. Like, that's good character that Reaver doesn't fucking wait forever for you to fucking shoot him. Fable 2 had some weird gameplay choices as well. Zim, go back in the comment section and see what Atomic said to Pimp. Then ban him? What happened?
Man, what?
Hang on. I guess Atomic said something to Pimp.
I'm not looking at. Okay, so what the fuck am I supposed to be doing here? I'm sorry. I'm like confused at the moment.
That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Alright, I'm back. I had to like
Can
reset my
someone
phone.
copy what Atomic said to fucking Pimp?
What's happening?
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything bad.
Hey, Zim.
What?
When you gonna scale Monster Go Encyclopedia? When are you gonna scale that?
I cannot play a fucking I have standards, and one of those standards is not playing adult fucking dating games. Thank you very much.
Oh, not Monster Go Quest. Well, although if you can do that, that'd be nice. I'm talking about the books, Monster Go Encyclopedia. You know.
I don't think I've heard of that one actually. Is that? I don't think I've heard of that actually.
Monster Girl Encyclopedia pretty much I wouldn't say it's like, well, actually, no. One of the creators, Cross KC or Cross, did work on Monster Girl Quest and actually left because he thought it was too fucked up. Mind you, KC, the creator of Monster Girl Encyclopedia, is kind of vanilla. So,
Yo, I love that series, says Reggie Lacey. So I guess someone here knows it.
where did he mention that at? I'm sorry, can't see.
It's in the live chat. I think it just got added right now. You gotta go to my because I'm streaming right now. This is on stream.
Oh, what the? I had no idea. What
Dude,
the hell?
It says stream channel. What the fuck did you think that stood for?
I forgot. I didn't read that for
What
a
is
second.
going
I thought
on
we were
with the color of this stream chat? I have like the YouTube dark or something. It's super dark.
Oh my god, I forgot. I did not know we were doing this the entire time. Oh my fucking god, I'm stupid.
Well, thank goodness he didn't drop anything super freaking serious.
Well, then again, I'm not used to the whole world hearing my hot take, so I don't care about that.
No, like, I mean, it's fine. My streams are like, whatever. I'm just saying, like, thank goodness no one dropped, like, an N-word or anything, because I don't want YouTube breathing down my fucking neck.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm stupid, man. I just didn't even realize. Sorry.
Abyss Zim needs your
Thank God
guidance.
no one ever called somebody
Or
nice.
Zim Abyss needs your guidance.
Alright.
Uh,
Kyle, speak while I look see what they want.
What?
What the fuck? He threatened you to stop Amelia? I think he's trying to say what the fuck? Okay, so I know Carl Johnson is actually Atomic Tube, if I remember correctly. This is actually a second account. I've determined this over several fucking streams. So that might just be him fucking around. That's his basically troll account, more or less. Similar to John Marston and fucking Wolf. I'm pretty sure it's just Tom fucking around, because I'm pretty sure they're the same person. They say they're not, but they always show up together at the same time, and they always fucking talk when the other one's not talking.
Pimp Demon or whatever? I don't know.
No, so, CJ Carl Johnson, I'm pretty sure is Atomic Tube. I've made this distinction over several fucking streams. John, you are a fucking troll. Shut the fuck up before I ban you for another fucking 6 minutes.
Oh, well.
Oh my god.
Oh, well, the reason I brought up Monster Girl Encyclopedia is because. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Reggie, he is Fox Mask. That's what John Marston is.
Oh, I know who Fox Mask is. Only through Chaos, though. Huh.
Yeah. John Marston's Fox Mask, but I'm pretty sure Carl Johnson's Atomic Tube.
Dude, isn't that dude like a... Oh, fuck it, I'll say it. Isn't that dude fucking retarded or something?
Fox Mask is a troll. I never consider them actually... Like, I've never considered him actually dumb. I think he just likes trolling a lot. I don't know who Fox Mask is. John, no one's gonna fucking believe you. Even
Dude, you said in the first week after you finished trolling that you were Fox Mask. So like,
Mangler will remember that.
Oh god.
yeah, I remember it. We have the streams.
Okay, so go ahead, Neo. Continue.
I'm gonna say because unironically speaking, you can technically anything can be scaled as long as it has feet. But you can unironically scale Monster Girl Encyclopedia because it has legitimate feet to it. That's the crazy part about it. It has actual fucking feet. More like. Yeah.
I have noticed from learning about the more adult-based games with you and Shin that they seem to have very consistent like actual feats in there. Apparently.
I mean, what do you expect?
Shen, what were you trying to ask me earlier? When the connection was being shit, when your mic was being like really bad.
What the fuck was it?
Which is every single day of the week.
I mean, what the fuck was it?
It was me. I think you were trying to tell me that I said something that was funny or stupid or not stupid. I don't know what
goddamn ready.
Okay, so Abyss, by the way, also, in a few minutes after I'm done with this chapter, I'm gonna do gem pools for Cater's weapon and hopefully get Emperor's weapon, so hopefully my luck holds, because I really don't want to just have to pity one.
Hey,
what?
Reggie said...
Oh, God.
No, because the thing is, in the Monster Girl Encyclopedia, there's like a lot of,
broke shit.
like a lot of realm creation feats. There's a lot of destructive feats. Well, mainly through lower tier monsters and stuff. It depends on where you look at.
Well,
Fucking what, Pimp Demon? You better show some fucking respect.
What the fuck? What was that?
Fucking Pimp Demon over here disrespecting the fucking character of fucking Fable 2. Hero of Oakville is stronger. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking liar. I'll power
I
skill
wish
right
I knew
fucking
what this
now.
was.
It's Fable. He's saying the protagonist of Fable 1 is stronger than the protagonist
wait a
of Fable 2.
minute, wait a minute. Fable. Oh god, that game.
Hey, Fable 1 was shit, Fable 2 was good, and then Fable 3 was shit. So it got 1 out of 3. Show some respect. That's a lot of fucking.
I don't have an opinion of Fable because I've only played a little bit of the second one, and I was kind of interested in it anyway, but I stopped.
Damn it, then.
It is the best one. Yeah, Emperor came back with Cater, so I really wanted to get Emperor since he might be one of my top 3 favorite Final Fantasy antagonists. But we'll see if I get him or not.
Now
Cater's
let's
the
talk
prize.
about Honey Pop.
No, don't talk about fucking Honey Pop. There's a fucking difference.
Oh, what's wrong with Honey Pop?
But Jim, it's Honey Pop.
Shane, shut the fuck up before I fucking mute you.
Jim, come on. It's fucking stronger than DMC Dante.
Shane, I will fucking mute you right now.
No, we have
Shin,
to
why do you
prove
always
it.
sound like your mic quality is trash?
Shane's gonna be on timeout for about
Damn.
5 minutes.
Yes, thank
Like
you.
he's
Well,
all-
no.
he's trying to talk
Mickey
from
and
within
Marie is better than Audrey, but she's like a close second though.
He's trying to talk within, like, Shin sounds like he's always trying to talk within a partially soundproof
I
room,
don't get what
as it's
Shin's
being soundproof.
Because Shin's actually a really good guy with tech. Like, he's my tech guy for the most part, or he was. So I don't understand why his mic's so fucking shit.
Maybe he just lost his
Maybe-
good condition mic, and now he has the backup mic, and that's just not working well.
No, that seems to be the case. I just found out Smash Bros. Power scaling. Oh, so you finally subscribed to the Church of Mangler? He'll be happy to accept you.
As long as we both know that it's stronger than PlayStation All Stars, that's
Okay.
It's a simple life. Mangler's looking at it like a pasture. It's simple living.
it is. Just, I'm sitting on the front deck, rocking in my chair.
Yeah, because you guys can go back to my earlier fucking streams with with Shin, Dracula, and Kyle. And Shin's mic's not that bad in those streams, but that's like 4 years ago. I'm gonna have a 5-year anniversary coming up for YouTube actually.
Isn't Reboot Dante the strongest in PlayStation All Stars? I'm trying to remember who else is there.
No,
I thought it was
Kratos is there, so Kratos will be the strongest.
Yeah, no, Kratos would be stronger then.
The OG lot. Yeah, no. Actually, Weezer, were you there for the original crew? I tried to get Dracula to Discord, but he doesn't seem to like it.
You know, funny enough, like Kratos doesn't really get buffed by having like PlayStation All Stars, unless you think he's like 3A, but then he just like gets to 2C, which isn't that much of a change. Like,
Neo looks like he wants to contest your wrong beliefs.
look. To me, it really doesn't matter because the difference between 2A and or 2C and 3A, I know it's a dimensional jump, but like,
Yeah.
in terms of the total amount of universes, it's not really like relevant
Shin's
to me.
Weezer, you've been on this channel since I had 40 subs. Are you one of the real OGs?
He was wheezing along.
Because I know Weezer's been here for a long
like a Weezer.
time. But I didn't know Weezer was here pre 40 subs or at the 40 sub mark. I think that was when I made my Jack and Daxter How Powerful video 4 years ago. Yeah, that was my highest grossing video back then. It got 25 views in 3 days. Oh, those were the days.
And then you took it down.
I didn't take it down. I think it's still up. I
You sure?
remade it later. I'm pretty sure it's still up.
Oh, maybe named it something else. That's fine.
Yeah, because there was a time when I had more subscribers than Neo, but then Neo crossed me. Neo, you have more subscribers now, right?
Right now I'm at. Let me check. I'm at one. Okay, so I got 1,340 subscribers.
Yeah. Because when I first ran into Neo, he had less subscribers than me, but then he went higher. But then he overpassed me because he did more general content than I did.
Reggie, if you think you're the only one who hated me when I first joined, You're fucking wrong.
Oh yeah, when
Because
Mangler first showed
Jim
up.
hated me the moment I jumped into the voice call.
Yeah, okay,
like,
so
if I'm gonna start fires with here, I'm gonna start it with the biggest person here, and I'm gonna do it now.
when Mangler showed up, Mangler fucking yeah, no, you guys can actually see that. It's on my streams. It should be on my secondary channel.
You keep saying this. I just remember us jumping into a voice call, and then we jumped into a private.
No,
VC.
yeah. But when you jumped into the voice call for the first time, I was streaming DMC's Virgil fight, and then you were giving me shit about how I played fucking Nero, I think it was. Because first Devil
I
showed
feel like
up.
this would have been afterwards, though. I probably jumped into a stream, but I feel like this would have been after I met you the first time, though.
It's so weird. And I met Neo because I was talking about his website one day because I saw him versus Battle Wiki. They called it a copy website, and I'm like, yeah, this looks like a copy website to me. Yeah, and that's how I met Neo. Neo used to have this. I don't know if he has it anymore, but he used to have this white bear picture, I think, or just like white drawing picture.
No, it still is on my on my main channel. I don't have it on Discord.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I am subscribed to you, so I do get your videos every now and again. But like, for some reason, my subscription.
And that's not a bear. That's Neo from Digimon. That's a digital life form.
Oh, well, that would explain the name.
Yes. Yes. Hold on a second. Let me just.
It's his true identity. We never knew.
He's actually a digital construct. All right, I'm gonna mute shit now.
Hold on a second. Let me just
try it again.
I was not a douchebag initially. Zim just took me as a douchebag, which, well, I guess that
No,
makes
shut the fuck up! Everyone, I did not paint you out as a bad guy. You just showed up. If people took you as a douchebag, that's on you. Don't fucking act like. Well, Zim had this perception set up about me. I didn't even know who the fuck you were.
No, you had a perception about me once I started talking.
Yes,
like, oh.
yes, because we disagreed on. I think we. Well, I'll rewatch it. Maybe I'll actually clip it and make it a video saying the first time Mangler showed up on the channel.
I have to see this because I just like I don't jump through like the previous streams that often. Unless the most recent, so I'm gonna have to dig through like hundreds of your streams to find it.
I'm pretty sure it's on a secondary channel because Capcom decided to copyright strike me.
Oh, that's nice. I literally made a video about why YouTube's copyright is fucking terrible. I hate it. I hate YouTube copyright so much. Fuck them.
Then you realize you can still watch your copyrighted videos, right?
Imagine playing like 4 seconds of a song and getting copyright for it. 4 fucking seconds of it.
Well, Zim, you could just look into the welcome chat to find out like when I joined, and then find a stream that lines up with that date.
Wait,
That's
hang
like
on.
roughly
Abyss
within a
Hunter,
week.
you've been here for like 4 years. Then why did you only start talking when I played Opera Omnia? If you've been here for fucking 4 years,
Because that's what he was here for, and he knew it was here. He could smell it.
he knew it was coming eventually.
I could smell the anxiety for Opera Omnia, and now my
I
time
smell
has
your
come.
sweat from a kilometer away.
This is a Final Fantasy mobile game, but it's probably the best one of the best mobile games I've ever played. Opera Omnia. I've been playing it for years, and it's just been super fucking good. They just
You need to play it.
What?
Oh, you need to play Azure Lane. Play Azure Lane. Do it. Do it.
You and your fucking waifu collectors. I have King of Fighters for that.
Fuck you. Play Azure Lane. It's amazing. It's the best gacha game out there.
King of Fighters Mobile is dope. King of Fighters Mobile, unfortunately, if you're at the late game of King of Fighters Mobile, it's kind of shit because the awakening system is so fucking pay to play. I would actually make mobile game reviews, but like there's already people who do that. I only play like 4 mobile games. You can't get invested in mobile games because then you lose all your money.
And that's how you get whales.
Fucking whales. I can't hate them because they keep my games going, but I hate fighting them because they're so much better than me.
God, Damon, I'm pretty sure you were on one of the streams at some point, because there was a point where people were jumping into our streams for like a couple weeks, and we didn't have it locked as like a stream channel.
Play Hanukkah dipshit. It's the best mobile game.
Oh, what? What is?
Reggie's saying Hanukkah Impact is the best mobile game.
Oh,
No,
he's
play
coming up
some
for me.
Megami Tensei mobile game.
No, that game's ass.
I don't know about that, man. The only thing it has better is good graphics. That's it. I mean, I can play Azure Lane and not have to spend a dime and still do good in it.
Oh, what are you, a walking fucking advertisement?
I hope this doesn't become an ad for. Does Azure Lane? Wait, does Azure Lane sponsor? I have to try to get a sponsor for them. Shit.
Yeah, they do sponsors, but I don't know if they'll sponsor a small-time YouTuber. That being said, Square Enix, if you want to sponsor, hit me up.
I swear to God, if you say Raid Shadow Legends,
If you give me a test account, I'll do it for free.
Everybody does free.
Raid Shadow. Fuck you for even mentioning that game. Raid Shadow Legends, my ass. Fuck you.
Oh, guys, but I mean, it has console level graphics.
Raid Shadow Legends, double sponsored by Square Enix.
Is Raid Shadow Legends Square Enix?
Bro, every character for Raid Shadow Legends will body Dante. Just real talk.
Or like fucking like high multiversal or something.
But I don't even like Raid enough to actually scale it. I don't even like it enough to do that.
Have you actually played it, or like are you just saying like you don't like it?
I've tried it. It's not good.
All right,
Terrible.
it's terrible. Worst fucking
You
game
all
ever
seem
played.
to keep ignoring.
Capcom hates when they wank their characters. That's why all their favorite characters are in Marvel vs. Capcom. So no one else can wank them any higher than that. Not
You all
even the
seem to
original
keep
source
forgetting the
material.
best mobile game, the Clash of Clans.
Oh,
Dude,
get
Axe,
the
what's
fuck
the
out of here.
ethnicity of you guys? Helicopter.
Okay, so I've
Helicopter?
said this on stream, but I won't mention it here. But the ethnicity of the people who watch me, or at least the people who talk to me, is usually of one shade, but probably not the shade you're thinking. Except for maybe Kyle. I don't know what Kyle is. And Mangler, I'm pretty sure, is the
Kyle
fucking
is awesome.
protagonist of fucking Sakamoto. You're Mexican, boy? Yeah, I'm Mexican. But
the hell what?
I'm one of those like white Mexicans to where like
Wait,
you couldn't tell if I didn't tell you.
Wait, Gerard, why do you care about
you
what our
said you don't
ethnicity
look
is?
like it.
You see, okay. So, I've said this before, but I'm black. I'm dark as fuck. People say that I sound white, and I'm like, fuck off. I do not sound like a white person. Fuck you.
Time out, John. Mamma Mia Pizzeria, what the fuck? I've heard it before. Apparently Abyss is of a darker shade. So is Ozra and Valerie. You'll find most of you guys are of a darker shade.
You sound white from the south, bruh. Oh god.
No, I do not sound like a fucking white person. Fucking chill.
Hang on. Reggie's dropping the fucking haymaker. And Mangler's in the corner like, I don't know how to deal with this.
Oh, I know. I just don't care to.
You sound like a light skin.
I mean, the only way you can tell. Okay. You can tell who's black and who's not between how they say nigga.
Please do not use that word again. I don't want YouTube to come down on my ass. But he is. He's saying that he's dark, so YouTube, that's okay. That's okay. YouTube, please have mercy
I would
on
just
my
like refrain from doing it again, so we
Yeah,
don't
I don't
set
want
up another bomb in the stream.
I don't want to have to go to fucking YouTube and be like, I assure you, he's of a darker skin.
Okay,
Wait,
I'm sorry.
did you
I'm
do that
saying.
for other black YouTubers?
An easier way would be to tell based on their vernacular, like
Does anyone
what
have to blurt
specific
that out? No. I'm not gonna blurb it out because he didn't say like the full word, or like he didn't say like the one that gets people's attention. I just don't want to risk it. As long as like fucking no one like directly reports this, YouTube won't go after me.
YouTube don't really give a shit about reports unless you just fucking completely spam their shit with reports.
I mean, shoot, I've gotten away. Truth be told, in my videos, I've gotten away with shit like that. So I think you might be fine. I don't know.
No, I mean it's not the first
Where
time
is
that's
my
happened.
cowboy accent? Why do you guys assume that I have a cowboy accent? Like, you do realize, like, Texas is made up of multiple locations, right?
Is
Places
it?
that are not
I thought
rural.
you guys just had ranches and like cows in the back.
Yeah.
No. It's just pastures as far as the eye can see. Just large areas of grass, no buildings, nothing.
It
It's
looks,
just a
it looks
wasteland
like
out here.
Look,
Is that not?
I'm not gonna lie.
Cyber is typing.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I hear Texas, all I think of is a desert and a saloon.
See, when I think of Texas, I just think of like large countrysides and mostly small towns and some big like urban cities here and there. When you guys think of Texas, you think of Kansas, but on like
No,
crack.
Kansas is wheat field.
Like-
Get out of here.
Like full fields.
Wait, did Neil
nothing but
just fucking
fields.
tag him? Or did fucking... My bad, no, did Cyber just
Mangler
tag
sounds
me?
like a skinny Zim. Well, if you follow the
What?
streams, you'll hear that Mangler is apparently a black hole of fucking calories.
No, so what
Hole
I
of
said was
calories.
that my metabolism is really high.
Okay, so Mangler's metabolism is so high that apparently he couldn't even build muscle in high school because his metabolism was like, no, that's now mine.
No, we don't do that here.
You want muscles? You want to look healthy? No, that energy belongs to me now. Your stomach. A skinny Zim. I should try getting skinny just to, like, you know, be healthy, but, like, exercising.
Random stream, but I'm a failure to my companion.
I assure you, I am no such thing.
Bro, I have, bro. I'm not even trying to flex, like no pun intended. But I actually have a bit of muscle on me. I could literally show you if I wanted, but I'm not trying to do that.
I mean, if you want to send me a freaking direct,
I'm not trying
like,
to
a picture
flex,
of your
but I
muscle
could
weight.
show you what my muscle looks like.
Like,
which is
just a
literally
picture of his arm, it's Arnold
sufficient
Schwarzenegger's arm? Man, you're not trying to flex here.
Nah, that's only because I actually do try to be active and be work. I've never been fat in my life, and mostly because of and I don't even think I even could be fat in my life because I grew up fucking shit.
I grew up playing sports and everything. Like, I played nonstop, and I was still fat when I was younger. I actually used to play. I was good at sports once.
I need to eat a lot of chicken and turkey. You realize I live in Texas, right?
Oh, what? You guys
Like,
don't
there's a lot
fucking
of
grill
meat down
turkey?
here.
Oh, okay. So most of my diet consisted of ramen noodles, baked beans, cornbread, peanut butter jelly sandwich, and chicken on Sundays.
Ah, a poor man's diet.
That was most of my diet growing up back then.
Hang on. Is Orochi really 7B? Okay, so Orochi is a weird character in King of Fighters because he implies to be a lot stronger than like what the statements give, and I believe Explosive Witch Megamine or Ryan Ruby can provide better feats because he knows more about King of Fighters than I do. I am learning about King of Fighters, but I'm not learning about the verse as a whole. I just need to learn it so I can power scale Dead or Alive accurately. Because it's harder to power scale Dead or Alive than it is Ninja Gaiden. Because that's the fucking thing, apparently.
Truth be told, if you're asking Orochi from Orochi, or however you say it, I call it Orochi because that's what it looks like. Orochi from King of Fighters, I personally have him at tier 2 actually. That's mostly through scaling through other people in King of Fighters, but that's a whole different.
I'm assuming that's scaling the verse.
Yeah, because like Orochi's like one of the strongest beings in the verse, like canonically speaking.
No, I mean the character verse.
Oh.
Yeah, because there's a character named fucking verse.
Oh,
Guys,
wrong
I don't
Orochi
have a
then.
horse.
Never mind.
Stop,
Well, no.
dude.
Okay,
I'm not a cowboy.
okay, so are you talking King of Fighters? Because if you're talking King of Fighters, there's a character named Orochi.
Come on.
Oh.
No. I'm talking about King of Fighters Orochi. That's what I'm talking about. That one.
Yeah, but
I do
there's a
not lasso
character
people.
in King of Fighters 14 named Verse.
What are you on about?
Pimpty,
I
I was
know.
going to ask you if you're Dirty Dan, but I don't think you are. Mangler gets around on the horse. Bold of you to assume Mangler can afford a horse. He actually has a donkey.
What?
Okay.
Oh, well, Mangler travels from town to town on donkeys or on trains.
They're claiming I lasso people.
Do you
What
not?
makes you think I'm skilled enough to use like a piece of rope?
Do
And
you
then,
not
like,
have the skill to learn lasso? Can you even call yourself a Texan at that point?
What? I would challenge you to go to Texas and find a person who can lasso you.
Are you
That's not
serious?
specifically
If you don't
trained
fire
to
two
do the job.
pistols, if you don't fire two pistols in the air and go yeehaw, I'm disappointed.
The
I'm gonna
stereotype
need
for
a
Reno.
lot
What?
more than that to prove that I'm Texan.
I'm just realizing
Probably
now
some beers, some tailgating, some steaks, something else. some folding chairs.
Do you tailgate obnoxiously?
No, but
Then you're
you
not
know, I know
Texan.
people
Get the
who
fuck
do.
out of here.
I'm just starting to realize now my image of a Texan comes from Yosemite Sam.
You're freaking Australian. You can't even talk right now.
Well, we banned Dirty Dan a long time ago. So, like, are you Dirty Dan?
Who is this Dirty Dan that you speak of?
Okay, so there was a guy on this Discord server called Dirty Dan a couple years ago, and we banned him because he was being basic. I need to get a snake. Well, Alan, go to your local pet shop and buy a fucking snake.
Why do you need a snake?
Well, what if he wants to pet a snake, Mangler?
Just come to Texas.
You can find him
I
on the
assure you, there's at
ranges.
least one here.
Yeah.
Or
I
is
wanna
it
get a
war?
snake and find one that I can ride on, like how
Oh,
Mangler rides on the
that's not
donkey.
happening.
I actually have a pet
No,
snake.
mm-mm.
I actually have a pet snake. I'm not even joking. I can actually post a picture of it, actually, matter of fact.
Is
Like
it?
Show me, please,
Okay,
please,
so
please.
I guess Shaolin would be your fucking pet snake.
Show me.
Yeah, Red Dusk, you're not wrong about that. Most
No.
people in Texas are urbanized because
Okay.
most people in Texas live in the big cities, in like Austin and Houston and Dallas, Corpus Christi, San Antonio, that kind of stuff.
Okay, so hang on. Zim, how do you like your quesadillas and burritos? I don't like burritos because burritos aren't even a Mexican concept. They were created by America. Because we didn't have burritos, we had fucking tacos. Because that's all you fucking need. I'm sorry, but I don't like burritos. Burritos are fucking stupid to me. As for a quesadilla, cheese. Light cheese.
Cheese quesadillas. Cheese quesadillas are real good.
War
Especially
from
with the sauce.
Darksiders. Kyle, you're skilling Darksiders, aren't you?
Well, not as of yet. I'm still doing like other verses before I get the Darksiders.
Fair enough. All right. We'll put that on hold for now.
I was gonna. Oh, you talking about War from Darksiders?
Zim.
Last I checked, and it's been a while since I've last even scaled this series or even talk about it. So, quote me on this. But last I checked, they were more as akin to physical embodiment as opposed to conceptually being, what they represent per se. They're kind of like they're basically like physical phenomena, if that makes sense. That's at least from what I remember. I could be wrong on that, and if anyone does have any evidence for me being wrong, then you can present it because I don't know. It's been a while.
Here's the thing. I know you
Wait,
can scale
hang on a
them
sec.
I know you can scale them pretty high off death, like getting rid of corruption. But I'm not. I have to re-go back through the verse to see how high that actually make them.
Unrelated to Darksiders, how could you say tacos are the only thing that's useful when quesadillas and fajitas exist?
I'm referring
Like-
specifically to tortilla things and tortilla things in general.
Well, doesn't that include fajitas?
No, they're more of fajitas.
Yeah, fajitas.
I don't think I've heard of that one
Those are
before.
used with tortillas.
I feel like I need an image here for what the fuck a fajita is.
Oh my god. You don't know what a fajita is? And you talk about loving tortilla food? You fool.
No. I never said I love tortilla food. In fact, I'm usually not even the biggest fan of tortilla
Or
food.
at least you tolerate it.
I mean, I like tacos, but like I like the small tacos that vendors sell. Like when you're walking around the streets of Mexico at night or like in the afternoon, you'll find people who just sell mini tacos with no license whatsoever, and you buy it from them. And even though I'm pretty sure all this,
uncultured swine.
even though well, it's actually Mexico's culture, so to say that is actually the real uncultured statement, Mangler.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But no
Yeah.
fajitas. No fajitas.
No, it is. So you go to Mexico at night, and like you have these people here, and you know they don't have a license because of how they prepare their food. They give you expired soda, and they give you an expired fucking meat, no doubt, and you eat it, and it's like, this is actually pretty fucking good.
Look, I can accept what's the term? An armistice in which we talk about getting rid of burritos. But fajitas are not going anywhere.
I mean, that's fine. As long as we get rid of burritos, I'm fine. Is it true, Zim? You like the chicken fight? What?
What?
He's asking,
What is
he's
this
asking if
comment?
you like cock-fighting.
Anyway, back to Darksiders. Yeah, no. Texas, weather in Texas is a 180. It is insanely stupid.
So why did Pimp Demi say that I sound like I'm 15? Fuck off, bro.
Well, to be fair, I mean, you do sound older than Alan, but I think Alan's the oldest one here. So, if that makes you feel better.
And I'm pretty sure I'm still the youngest one in this call.
I'm fucking 20, dude. You're like 5 years off, Pimp Demon.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'm
if he's 20, then
23.
Kyle, you are not the youngest anymore, because you're 21, right?
No, I'm 20.
Oh. Well then,
What
I guess
month?
you two hashed out for the fucking...
Zem, are you older than me?
Yeah,
month
I
are you?
am 22 or 23.
No, I'm 23. I'm gonna be turning 24 and later.
Later this year?
Yep.
I think you're older than me, yeah.
Yes.
I don't know why I sound like the youngest.
Yeah, for some reason Alan just sounds like the youngest. I guess it's good for Alan. His voice will stick around longer than ours, I guess.
Longer than mine?
I know Alan is older
What?
than all of us.
Yeah, Alan is the oldest one here. Alan is your senpai's. Okay. I don't have enough yet. Okay, I'm almost close to doing my fucking crystal pools. I want to get enough to at least have 150,000 after, pity point at least one weapon. Me, a minor, time to get the FBI.
So everyone is above 20, so I don't feel old. I was having an existential crisis. Nice.
Nope.
No, I mean you're
Nope,
still
you're
you're
good,
still.
man.
Oh, Weezer's 25. Alan, Weezer is older than you.
You have been defeated.
I mean, if Dracula was in the voice call, he would be the oldest. He's like fucking. He was like 30 something last time I talked to him.
Damn.
I mean, Dracula was a cool guy, but he had his life together for the most part. He already had a family and a steady job and everything, so he wasn't exactly. What?
That's perfectly reasonable. Personally, I'm just satisfied with a job. I don't need marriage. I'm happy.
It's like I just need an income to sustain my existence. Oh, Red Dusk is 28. Okay, so actually my demographic, according to YouTube, is actually 28 to 35. So I'm actually surprised a lot of you guys are so young.
So I am the minority here.
Apparently everyone is. Alright, Atomic, you there? Or not Atomic, Abyss, you there? I'm going to do my pools and hopefully streaming will help me get better luck here. The goal is one of these two weapons.
I wish I knew what these weapons were.
Fair, if you saw my face right now, I probably wouldn't look 20 either, so I can't blame you on that.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. When am I gonna get my own place? 5. Not in California with these fucking prices. 6, 7, 8. It's not going to 8. Okay, it's not 9.
See Undertale? No. Who argued that? No. Oh.
Okay, so first pull is a bust.
Oh, Undertale at the very most is like 2B. What?
When am I gonna get my own place and like an actual steady job or a fucking like? Yeah, you do understand California's expensive as hell, right? I'm surprised they're not charging me to fucking breathe in this fucking state.
California is meant for celebrities, not non-celebrities.
Well, to be fair, I live in the rural part of California, so I don't even live on the beaches.
Dang, bruh. Dang.
Wow, these are such shitty fucking pools. Wow.
Oh, shoot.
My God, these are awful.
Dang. The funny part is I'm close to the south. That's nice to know.
West Coast represent.
So for some reason, West Virginia is considered East Coast. I consider it East Coast because it's Eastern time, but I don't know.
I mean, isn't West in the name?
It's not even west of Virginia. That's the crazy part about it.
Damn it! These pools are fuck. I'm gonna have to pity pull one of these, aren't I? Son of a bitch.
Maybe it was Vest from another point of view.
Wait a minute. Now Zim is starting to become a whale just to get this one item.
Well, I don't spend money. Well, I've actually spent over $200 on this game, but that's not a lot. $200 on the mobile game is not a lot. Get the fuck out of here. You ever hear of a game called Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes?
Nope.
Yes.
I've not played that.
Dude, these pools are garbage.
I just see a bunch of stars.
Oh shoot, this is using BlueStacks. Crap, I use that too.
Yeah, because all my mobile phones are garbage.
I play all my games on phone. All of my games on phone.
3, 4. Please, for the love of God. 5. I don't want to have to pity pull one of these weapons. At least give me 2. 6.
Them.
7. Hang on.
Dang, I think he's about to get. I think he's about to get.
9.
I think he's about to get cucked. He's about to get cucked on this.
10.
Them. Guess what's the only Legends continuity that
That's
can
a
continue
fucking off
within
banner! Fuck! Alan, go ahead
Crypt-
and speak before I pull again.
Crypto and
Okay, guess which one's
Azure,
the only Legends part
depends.
of the Legends continuity that can continue in Star Wars? Guess which one?
Which one?
The Old Republic.
Oh, that's good. I mean, that's like my favorite Legends canon.
I mean, that's before the rest.
Okay.
Oh,
More
apparently they're trying to continue. Disney's trying to get their fucking grummy ass hands on like the what was it? Dang it, what was the continuity? It was the it was the Republic. That's right. Oh, Republic continuity. I'm like, Disney, please stay the fuck away from that. That's like one of the best things.
Don't they already own Star Wars? Like,
dude, but the thing is, they didn't touch Old Republic or like that series of Star Wars. They mostly just kept it.
I don't think they had a reason to.
Off banner. Why?
Well, so crypto, it depends on what we're talking about in Dark Souls. If it's like low level, I mean they're just like vaguely superhuman and above that. But the higher tiers of Dark Souls should be like 2C
3,
if they're scaling to the
I always
flame.
thought Dark Souls was just around 9B.
5, 6.
What is 9B?
You don't know what
becoming
9B?
a whole whale, man.
9. Please, please, just 1 EX.
Oh, he's still farming.
10. No. That got.
Reggie, the Force Unleashed has already been touched. It was touched. Well, okay, technically, it wasn't
it's
touched.
too late. We're gonna pity pull it. It's too fucking late. There's no going back now.
Dang, man, this dude's still trying to pull.
I wanted Emperor's
Down the
weapon,
wall?
but if I have to pity pull, I'll have to go with
That's a
Carter's
bit of a-
weapon.
It's a bit of a jump.
Oh, Dark Souls at the very least is star level. At the very least, I personally have it higher, but
Is that off? Is that off of Gwyn?
Yes!
And like
That's
his
what I'm
lightning
talking about!
spells and stuff?
Yes!
Are they like the fodder demons? Like the fodder enemies?
There it is, right
Star
there.
level?
There's Emperor's EX weapon. That's what I like to fucking see.
Neo. Do you scale that based off of Gwyn? Since he's like the Lord of Sunlight and he shoots like lightning bolts and shit at people.
Okay, at
Oh.
this. Oh, go ahead.
only because of the fact that the first flame at least sustains the sun. But if you can argue that it can sustain a lot higher than just the sun and keeps it in existence,
Okay.
but still.
Okay, so normally.
I mean,
oh, go ahead.
doesn't the Age of Fire like sustain all life, like collectively? Like,
I'm just saying-
because when the Age of Dark shows up, there's still life. It's just corrupted.
well, I mean, like, doesn't it restores them all whenever the flame is lit? When a new host arrives,
I
it
don't-
literally restores all like
Okay,
life in the Dark
so-
Souls
I'm
universe.
just going under the assumption that it only sustains the sun, which it has been proven to do. But
So-
I'm just going under that assumption.
Okay, so
Oh, yeah, it definitely
normally
sustains the sun.
if I was pulling on stream, I would stop here because I already got one of the weapons. But we're already basically like halfway towards the pity, and I'd still want to get her weapon, so we're just gonna keep pulling. But at this point, we've successfully succeeded our goal of getting Emperor's weapon without pitying. At this point, it's just gonna be
Okay.
gravy train.
I mean, you
About
could say that the Lord of or not the Lord of Cinder, the Soul of Cinder and the Ashen One are like much higher than them because the Ashen One fights the Soul of Cinder and beats him, so he would scale them, and the Soul of Cinder is just the amalgamation of all Lords of Cinder.
Yeah, of
which
course,
includes
Ashton
Gwyn.
Win and Soul Center would be far superior because, like you said, Soul of Cinder is basically amalgamation of all the previous Lords of Cinders and their power. And all
But
that
yeah,
stuff.
the reason I
Is
say
the
that is because
fodder-
it literally says in
are the
description
fodder
he's just the total
enemies-
amalgamation. I'm like, well, there we go.
I have a question, guys. Oh, damn it.
All right, Neo, I gotta ask: are the fodder enemies like multiversal and Dark Souls, like the average ones that aren't even mini bosses?
Oh, why would that? No, that's a dumb question. No offense, but like, because they're fodder enemies, they wouldn't scale to the top tiers of the verse. That's just not how that works.
Not to
They
mention
can
a lot
kick
of the
player's
bosses.
ass easily.
No. So first of all, a lot of the bosses that exist in the Dark Souls series, you don't even fight because a lot of them aren't even like mandatory. Also, we don't know how many times the Chosen Undead or the Bearer of Curse dies, or the Ashen One for that matter. Not to mention the Ashen One and the Bearer of the Curse, the Dark Souls 1 and 2 protagonists are way weaker. Or no, not the Ashen One. The Chosen Undead and the Bearer of the Curse are way weaker than the Ashen One because
Excuse you and your entire fucking existence?
Dude, he literally fights the Soul of Cinder, which just has all of Gwyn's power and the Chosen Undead's power and all the
I'm
other
pretty
Lords of Cinder.
sure the fucking true monarch there would win, but whatever. I guess we get four
oh
gold
wait,
weapons.
you mean the dead monarch? Because the Gwyn he fights is like dying fucking hollified Gwyn. The Gwyn that the Soul of Cinder uses is Prime Gwyn because he uses all of Gwyn's lightning spells
Nah.
and all of his miracles.
That's where you're wrong, kiddo.
Oh, maybe you should have finished Dark Souls 3. Fucking
Look. It's not my fault. It's the worst game in the fucking series.
look, you're correct. But that's
Fight
not.
me. Here.
Yeah, no. If anyone says Dark Souls 2 is the worst game in the series, you're going to have a discussion about what is actually good fucking game mechanics before we start talking.
If you say it's Dark Souls 2, and it's basically Mangler saying I'll fucking step in.
Yeah, we're going to have to debate that, like, shit.
Okay, so we are going to... Okay, so the worst possible thing that can happen right now on this stream is on this final pool, I get her weapon, because this is the pity pool. So this is the worst case scenario is I get her weapon on this pool.
Oh my god, this man's still going at it. Oh my lord.
Become immortal? No, he didn't. Why? Because I don't know if he cured his specific curse, because obviously he dies.
He cures his curse.
Okay, so either way, he doesn't cure everyone else's curses because the fire fades again and it gets lit again. We know this because in Dark Souls 3, when you go to the drag heap after you only really discover this after if you have the Ring City DLC, all right, because you go to the area in the background of the Kin of the First Flame, and you confirm that area is the Harvest Valley from Dark Souls 2.
That's all good. We're all in the good grooves here. We didn't get it, so we pity pulled her weapon. All right, perfect.
Dark Souls 2 was never non-canon.
Like, never was it. At the very most, you could argue it's like a different timeline. At the very most, you can argue that. That's about it.
I mean, the best that wouldn't even be like consistent though, because we don't know what the Dark Souls like universe looks like. We just know people go to like random places and they're there. Like we don't even know how to get to Lordran. We don't know how to get to like Dragolake. We don't know how to get to Lothric. We're not given like a map by the creator. He's just like, yeah, these places exist. Have fun traveling to them. Also, the Age of Fire like lights up all the life in the world and shit, which also changes the landscape and stuff, because apparently there's people in like Dark Souls 2 that are petrified and they're just like, yeah, I've been here for a while. Dragolake, I don't remember that name. That's not what this kingdom was called. And I'm like, well, fuck, great.
Reggie asks Neo, thoughts on the new Neptunia that comes up? First and foremost, I don't care what anyone says. I look forward to it, especially that it has VTubers in it. Hell yeah, I'm about to play that for real.
So like you're gonna see me right there. Okay, so that's the last banner I'm gonna pull on until Noctis's burst weapon comes out.
Two talks about the human kingdom, but it's also about the humanity curse. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, no. So that'll be the last banner I pull on for now. I may or may not pull on another banner in the future, but I need to at least save 125,000 to pity Noctis. I want Arden too, so we'll have to see on that one.
Ooh, there's like a red dot over your like channel. Like when I look up in the top for the subscriptions, and it just says passively blue for all the other ones. Is that like notifications?
That's notification for me live streaming.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. She already has Rune Trigger. All right. Perfect. So that means we'll be able to fully max out right now. Dark Souls 2.
Wait, are these polls like Legacy of the Duelist?
Give me like 40 of those Power Stones and we Gucci. You don't get Power Stones.
Zim's not gonna fight you on that Pimp Demon.
Dark Souls 2 is better than Dark Souls. I like Dark Souls 2, but I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to disagree with you there. I have to disagree with you hard there.
Cracking my knuckles, ready for the showdown.
So Zim can't argue for that because he hasn't finished Dark Souls 3.
Fine.
But I can because I understand the difference between like what's an actually good combat system, so not one with hyper armor, shitty trading, no poise, and very badly stamina management systems, and people who just don't know how to dodge in a system that has more than enough iframes on a roll that also gives you more qualities to your stamina management system that's actually existent.
And if you're doing this, you're gonna be in for a real tough.
Oh yeah. No, I've watched every video there is on YouTube on why people think Dark Souls 2.
Wait, does Mangler think Dark Souls 2 is the best in the series?
I think it's better than 3.
I mean, okay, hang on. Mangler thinks it's better than 1, and he thinks it's better than 3.
No. I said I think
no. I'm gonna have to disagree with you there fundamentally. Sorry.
I think it's better than 3 because 3 is a shit game, like, or shit Dark Souls game, not a shit game. It's actually a pretty good game.
Okay, so what constitutes as a good Dark Souls to you? What constitutes as a good Dark Souls?
Well, to me, Dark Souls 1 would be a good Dark Souls to me. Mostly because of good bosses, a balanced amount of like builds that are actually work and are actually useful. Mostly good hitboxes, not anything that crazy. Decent story, lore, and it does have pretty shitty level design in a lot of areas, but there's a lot of main areas that aren't that bad. And that to me is not an overwhelmingly atrocious experience, so I consider that a good experience. It's also not super linear. But everything I just described doesn't exist in Dark Souls 3. And then we could stack on like arguments about PvP being actual like horror due to the invasion priority system. I mean, granted, there's problems with the PvP in Dark Souls 1, like dark bead, netcode, backstabs, that
Looks
kind of
at the
shit.
meta chaos and lost Isolus Dragon Butts. What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Dark Souls 1, like the argument about Dark Souls 1 is that like half of the game is missing. And that's kind of true, sort of. Like the last portions of, well, most of Lost Isolith, Crystal Cave, the Tomb of the Giants, they're not actual levels. They're just like fucking filler that's horribly designed because there's almost nothing there in terms of assets. But like some of the bosses are usually fine. Like Seath is fine, Nito's fine. They're just kind of boring. Like that's their worst sin. And then Gwyn is one of the better bosses. Gwyn is arguably one of the best bosses in that game, one of the best bosses in the series. So, you know, Kin of the First Flame is just short enough to not be like a problem. It doesn't present anything in terms of level design that's particularly atrocious. You don't fall off the edge a lot. There's not bullshit enemy spawns and like really weird like sneak attacks. And almost all these things that I've mentioned that are not negatives, people attribute to Dark Souls 2, yet they've never played like the Scholar's version, or they've never played the base version and actually understood the way that enemy design works, or how approaching to that stuff works, because they don't understand that most of the builds in the game are viable and can handle multiple enemies at one time. They just say arguments like life gems are broken, even though life gems get power creep by Estus halfway through the game. And like adaptability is busted, even though all mage builds get adaptability when they get a slot cost for their attunement. You know, Neo, I don't know if you could still hear me.
I'm still here.
Yeah,
has Neo
I was saying that. I can say that because the
mic perspective. But here's the thing about it. Here's the thing. Well, let me clarify that. Obviously, I don't think Dark Souls 2 is a bad game. It's definitely not a bad game. It's just when it stacks up to the other two, I don't think it stacks
that's what
up to
everyone says. Yeah, I understand that, but a lot of the reason, like, if you boil it down to a lot of reason the people defend Dark Souls 3 is specifically because of the way that 1 is designed.
Ooh, what the fuck was that?
Sorry, I moved my mic so you guys won't pick it up that much, but it seemed it didn't work.
It's specifically in regards to the way 1 is designed. That it's just like, this is the sequel that 1 should have been. And I'm like, no, it's fucking not. It retcons massive elements of the story series. Like the fact that, like, holy shit, there's no point to the Age of Fire, or there's no point to linking the flame, because the Age of the Dark is just gonna, even if it happens, the Ashen Ones will raise up from the bonfire, and we'll just relink it anyway.
There are some aspects about that I admittedly, I'm not gonna lie, I do dislike as well. That is one of them I do dislike about Dark Souls 3, but in between
Devil May Cry 2 is definitely a bad game. I'm sorry.
I'll fight you right now.
You mean it's the best game in the series?
I'll kill you right now.
Yeah, Devil May Cry 2 is the best game in the series.
Choose your final resting place, you fool.
My mistake.
At the end of the day, nothing beats the legendary and best in the series, the reboot, obviously, you know.
Oh yeah. Too true.
Yeah, guys, get your facts right, you freaking losers.
But yeah, no, so one of those two over there fucking debating for their lives on Dark Souls 2 over here.
I'm not particularly debating. I'm just kind of want to see his perspective on it.
Talking about it.
They're fighting for their lady's honor.
Well, because like Neo, I've never actually asked you your opinion, because we've always talked about it in the context of like the lore, sort of, and how it like tracks to scaling series. We never actually talked about like our opinions of what we feel the game to be, right, or what we would want it to be, or what we had, like what kind of dissatisfactions, just basically our feelings about it. We didn't really have a discussion about that. No, go ahead. I was done talking.
Oh well,
I'll shut up now.
So personally, I've said this before. Well, I haven't said this actually in this chat at least, but Dark Souls 1 is my favorite in the series. I like Dark Souls 3. I don't think it stacks up to 1. 1 is the best in the series to me, honestly. And you can say that's a bit stereotypical or a bit, you know, I don't know. There's a lot of things that happen.
I've never heard anyone say that'd be stereotypical. I mean, having a favorite's not stereotypical, I think.
Yeah, it's also not stereotypical that most people believe like that saying that like. Well, I guess it would be stereotypical that most people believe Dark Souls 1 is the best in the series. Though I think that's a much better argument than saying 3 is, because like, I don't know, 3 just does so many things wrong to me that are like fucked.
3 was so bad in my personal opinion that I just never even finished playing it. I still have the game with all the DLC. I bought it for $10 and like I never finished playing it.
Yeah, this is from the perspective of someone who has played the games. I played each of the games to about NG plus 3, and I've played around 4 to 5 files on each game into New Game Plus, at least once on each file. So, given that I put in like hundreds of hours into each one, I have a pretty good idea.
What's that supposed to mean, Mangler?
I have a pretty good idea of what I'm, at least what I think I'm talking about. And usually when I talk about like the value of these games, I'm talking about them from the perspective of higher difficulties and NG plus, because I believe that's where most of the Dark Souls games shine.
How does Ninja Gaiden 3 suck? Story.
Oh, okay. Well, it depends. It depends.
No. Ninja Gaiden 3 story in comparison to the other two is terrible because it tries to take itself too seriously, and this ruins the experience overall.
I'm not defending it. I'm just saying that.
Like, if you want to argue gameplay, I can't argue gameplay. It's probably a great game gameplay-wise. But, like, the worst thing about it is its story.
No. Although Ninja Gaiden Black, though, that's, like, one of my favorite games of all time. Like, top 30, actually.
Yeah, the first one in the series, yeah. Or canonically the first one, I think. Yeah.
Crypto, I can give you 5 things that are good about DMC. All right, Chopper boss fight.
Excuse me, that was
best
perfect.
Boss fight in the series. You think Virgil was a good boss fight? Screw you. You don't know quality until you've sat on top of a tower and blasted your pistols at a stationary target. Virgil, trash
more like
Infested Chopper.
Virgil, more like Virgin, despite the fact that he's the only one we can confirm actually got laid.
Virgin as in, he's just not badass.
Imagine thinking getting laid is a more impressive feature than being a helicopter. Imagine that.
Damn. Okay.
And one that's infested.
Damn, okay then.
Okay, Boomer.
He really?
So number 2, guns actually do something. I think that's all I can think of. I can't get to 5.
Focusing on story okay,
Playable Trish and Lucia. That's it.
Zim Madness versus the Nameless King. Who wins? The Nameless King. Which boss one is that? Which boss is that?
Like, wait a minute. Isn't he like one of the super? Yeah, he's a super boss actually.
Is the Nameless King the one you had to kill to get the crown specifically? No, wait. The Nameless King is fucking from Dark Souls 3, isn't he? That's the...
no. That's the son of Gwyn. Yeah, that's the guy that's stuck in Archdragon.
That loser who came up with his dragon and gets clapped?
You mean the guy that fucks with your camera? Because he shows up with the Rider of the Storms, and you spend 20 minutes trying to attack him because the camera is flailing all over the place, trying to, like, walk on to the Rider of the Storms. His fight is actually really good. Just the first portion of that is atrocious.
So Reggie, focusing on the story. The problem wasn't that they focused on the story. The problem is how they focused on that story. You have to understand that Ninja Gaiden's fucking story, for Ninja Gaiden 3 was really bad, just in general, and they decided to go all in on it in a series that has fucking bikini warriors that literally strip as a canon part of their fucking thing at the fucking island. No, they went too serious in a series that's meant to be fucking lighthearted and fun. That's the problem with Ninja Gaiden 3.
Ryan, you can think of the Infested Takes as one of the worst boss fights in the series. But what if I told you it's actually one of the best boss fights in the series?
Yeah, okay, Reggie. Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2 have good stories because Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2 don't take themselves too seriously. Like, so this is a weird thing to talk about, but I'll try to explain it. Every story needs to take itself seriously within the context of the story, but you don't want to overhammer your audience with what's going on in your story, especially if it's a story like Ninja Gaiden. No, people hate the humanized Ryu. Well, there's also the fact that, like, you're told killing people was bad while forced to kill people over and over again, and most of the people Ryu killed weren't even, like, his fault. He had to kill them, like, it was necessary. But the game tells you you're bad for doing it, you know. God love when that fucking happens.
Sounds like The Last of Us 2.
I was gonna say, it's like the fucking, that one, you know, we've already seen...
It's like, we don't believe in self-defense here. Creates a game where you're just being attacked by countless numbers of ninja clans.
But you...
And, like...
Zim, you better lose your shit if Capcom does come out with DMC5 Special Edition. It depends on what they bring to me. I am no longer...
I feel like that's... I was going to say, I feel like that's not really cause to lose their shit, because we wouldn't be surprised by that. The guy who has made claims about Special Edition being leaked was the guy who confirmed, who leaked the information, was consistent about his information with the RE3 remake and Resident Evil 8. So he's already a credible source. So if they dropped it, it wouldn't really be that surprising. Plus, they haven't milked Virgil for 5 yet, so...
Yeah, so obviously it's going to happen at some point.
You know Capcom wants that money. So the question is not whether they're going to do it, it's when and how.
Where's Emperor at? I'm going to max out Emperor too, because I've wanted Emperor for a while, so he's going to be my next realizable character as soon as I get the book.
So, Azura, you asked 5 good things about the DMC reboot. It's the first game in the series that introduces a training mode, as well as like free-flowing combos into finishers that are exchanged between weapons.
Does Dark Souls even have a canon comic? Because if that happened in the comic, that doesn't matter.
It doesn't sound right. None of the things I say, out of context, sound right. But then again, I could probably attribute that to like anything. Yeah, it could be cheesed by using guns. Are we talking about the reboot or 2?
Why not both?
I was also going to say the reboot's also the first game that does like playable Virgil DLC. So even though it's trash, it's the first one that did that. Also, the reboot is the first like DMC game post DMC 3 to not have a style system, but have a combat system that is almost as in depth as 3's by meshing in multiple different style-based weapons into neutral attacks for the weapons. So that would be a really good thing about DMC that I like, or the DMC reboot, as well as one that's capable of being played well without a lock-on button. So,
Go ahead and give it a try.
Yeah, there's more than a couple things that are good about the reboot. Like if you took DMC's name off of it and you just like changed some elements of the story and the dialogue, it's actually a pretty good game on its own. Action-wise, it's the best Western action game that exists. There isn't another one that made by an American studio that's better and more in depth.
Alright, so we're gonna try out Kater right now. I don't know if I have to work on her. Well, I'll still go to work on her, but like I don't know how good she's gonna be fully maxed out. Apparently, she's supposed to make Chaos a lot easier. I'm also gonna level up Emperor all the way because I wanted Emperor.
Oh, by the way, Zim, if you ever do a Pokemon vid, call me. I'm the Pokemon guy.
He is the Pokemon
very
man.
none.
And if you ever do Mystery Dungeon, call me, and I'll happily play through Sky again. Give me an excuse.
I'll say, give me an excuse to play.
You could call me, but like I've played through that game like twice, and I think I'm good.
And
so just
Zim?
call Kyle.
And Zim, if you're ever power scaling Sly Cooper, call me.
Dude, I just said I have a shit ton of experts now. Is that what's going on?
As I said,
Whoa.
as I was talking about, you've made that channel where people can post like their name and what they specialize in.
We'll have to do that, absolutely.
Excalibur already beat you to the punch.
I know he did.
There, I said it.
Because I
Sue me.
know straight away that one of the things I'm going to do is go back through Bakugan so you can do that. Because somebody was interested in that.
Oh, I love the Bakugan.
Stop fighting me.
About Bakugan?
So you thought the Devil Arms in DMC2 were pretty lackluster, huh, Abyss Hunter? Yeah, I thought reskins were pretty lackluster too. I definitely agree with you on that.
Okay. How the fuck is she supposed to work here? Does she get
Actually, there are a couple Devil Arms that exist in DMC2, but they're only really for Lucia. Well, I guess you could include Dante's
also,
guns as well.
Bad misfits, especially in certain things. If you're a power skill ninja guy in Neptuna and also has Wrath, call me. To be fair, right, Dusk, I did get everything I wanted. So I did get what I wanted. I just don't know how to use the characters I just got, more or less. Because Kater just came out today. Because she used to be complete shit. For context, if you played this game, Kater was the fucking joke of the game because she was awful. But the second they reworked her and gave her EX Plus, she became like a top tier character.
So Atomic, we're probably not going to try and scale that because, for one, we never get to see full power Mundus, and he's the only other person besides Jurison that eats the fruit. So we can't we don't even see fully revived Mundus. We just see Mundus when he comes back in 1, and Dante doesn't give him any more time to regain his power. He just fights him, and he's like, "Well, I got to do this now." So.
Oh yeah, but can she taunt? Because if she can't taunt, like that dodge is only going to be good for like AOE reduction. She can solo almost all the chaos stages. Oh, now we're talking. I'll probably be
when and where.
I'll probably be streaming later today then as well to fucking just like powers to like level her and the Emperor up, since the Emperor might, again, like I said, is like my second or third favorite Final Fantasy villain. Recently, Cloud of Darkness actually came by. You like Cloud of Darkness, right, Neo?
Yeah, I know who Cloud of Darkness is, and I like her. She's alright.
Yeah, she's actually really good in this game, but I could not fucking secure her at all, so I am sad. I have sad faces everywhere. It's almost 11 p.m. Is it? For me,
2 p.m.
it's... For
Probably
me,
you.
yeah, for me it's 1:52, like, because it's actually pretty early for me.
In the morning?
Yeah, well, in the afternoon. I still haven't eaten breakfast or anything, because this is
Yeah.
how I normally stream.
I'm gonna say, because for me over here, it's late. It's like 4:52, so I'm like 3 hours ahead.
Yeah, because same thing with Mangler. Imagine being so weak to use an Eastern timetable. It seems a lot of you guys are Eastern because you guys are all saying 5 p.m. where you're at. So I guess a lot of
Not
you guys
5 p.m. where I'm at. It is almost 4 p.m.
I'm at Norway. Okay, never mind. I guess you guys are just all over the fucking globe, apparently.
This dog has been sitting outside my freaking door for like an hour.
Is there a ton
Loyalty,
of
guys.
No, it looks like it's just focusing for some reason. Who eats breakfast at 1 p.m.? Nobody. That's fucking weird. I eat breakfast at 2 p.m.
Breakfast whenever the fuck I feel like it.
The Cheerios or whatever I call them. They can be dinner, they can be breakfast, they can be lunch. They are whatever I deem them necessary to be.
I've eaten stuff that's meant for breakfast like way later in today. I've had cereal at like 11. I've had sausage at like fucking evening time. It depends on what I'm just feeling.
Bro, what are you? I actually wake up at 10. Well, I don't like going to my kitchen and then coming back here because especially with that whole fucking virus thing going on. I try to separate my rooms and stuff so like there's no cross contamination. So in order to do that, I have to sit down and I have to fucking eat breakfast at 2 o'clock in the afternoon because I stream for you guys a lot in the morning. Because the morning seems to be the best time to stream for you guys.
Will bleed because if you stream late where it's where you're at, it'd probably be like way fucking late over here.
Yeah, no, like, and a lot of the people who are here right now still show up for the fucking super late streams for them. Why do you think it's called breakfast? Because it's breakfast to me, damn it! It's breakfast to me.
No, one thing I hate. I'm sorry, this may be just me, but I could not. Think as soon as I wake up. Oh well, assuming it's in the morning. It's just I don't know to me. Usually I have to wait a bit before I eat.
Like I usually don't get hungry when I wake up in the morning. So I usually wait like a couple hours before eating breakfast anyways.
Yeah. It's just odd to me. And one thing I also didn't eat, maybe just because of the fact that, it just depends, but like, I usually don't like to eat sweet things, so I don't like maple syrup and, pancakes all the time. Maybe sometimes I'll do it, but most of the time I just go for the bacon, sausage, eggs, maybe eggs. It depends on my taste.
Nah. I was never a big fan. Oh, what?
Sausage is a dinner.
I don't care. Sausage is nice. It's good. It's period. I don't care.
I was never the biggest fan of sausage in general. I think it tastes weird.
That's fair. That's fair.
Talking about sausage?
Well, I'm having pulled pork tonight, so I'm super happy.
My dinner tonight will probably be macaroni and cheese, all things considered.
I just had a bowl of chicken
pasta.
and spinach, so I felt pretty good.
Oh my god, there is nothing better than Sunday chicken, man. Sunday chicken with some bomb ass fucking macaroni and some beans and shit, bro.
My Sunday meal
I do,
consists of Burger
Reggie.
King.
Stop me.
I need salmon.
I'm sorry, I can't have. You know, funny thing is, I didn't have fish until I was like 13.
I love fish. Salmon is probably one of the best fishes out there. Absolutely, gotta agree 100%.
I love oysters.
Salmon's alright, but I'm a cod person.
I've never had cod
That's
before.
right,
but I
guys.
always
Dante
wanted
and
to.
Virgil are inferior to the power of Puff. That's why they can't use it.
Okay, so this fucker right here, you see this fucker right here? This guy with this fucking little staff? He just got that right now, just like me, and he's just trying out his character just like me. We're in the same position, him and I.
Maybe you can bond with him.
No, you can't chat in this game, and it's probably for the best. I feel like a lot of people would be toxic as fuck if you could chat in this game.
To be fair, at least it isn't as bad as Fate, Grand Order. Oh god. People who play that game deserve to be shot.
Puff definitely stomps Urizen because Urizen's not a dragon. So he immediately loses in the fashion department.
No, because you can have some tilapia, and tilapia, good shit. I don't like shrimp though. I do not like most shellfish, but I will have some clam chowder every day of the fucking week.
What? I love shrimp. Shrimp is alright. Well, it depends, but shrimp is alright. I love shrimp, especially when it's buttered, probably buttered and seasoned. Holy fuck.
Okay, I feel like that's I feel like that's you liking the butter and the seasoning more than the actual shrimp itself. Because
I can eat shrimp plain. It still tastes good. Alright.
all right. I believe you. I believe you. I don't believe it.
Oh, I can literally just get. I can make a video right now. Me.
I remember I used to make. I remember I used to make videos of me eating Cheerios while discussing my stream or discussing my channel. You can actually find them like on channel updates. It's just me eating Cheerios, showing the box of Cheerios as I talk.
You eat breakfast in front of people and force them to watch?
No. So normally what I would do is before like this whole shit went down, I would eat breakfast Cheerios, have dinner, and then eat nighttime Cheerios so I don't get hungry at night.
So
I
what
feel
you're
that
telling
nighttime
me is,
Cheerios.
What? Are you guys insulting my nighttime Cheerios? They're just Cheerios I eat at night.
At least it's not Kicks.
Because Cheerios is the superior cereal.
People who eat Kicks, they were the type of people who got straight A's. Fuck them.
Do you mean chicks? Do you mean the fucking fucking?
Oh, Kicks, that boring ass cereal that tastes like cardboard. Kicks.
I
could never get around to Cheerios. I honestly would rather eat Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops
Yes.
they're not bad, but it's like okay, see,
Dude,
okay,
it's sugar in a bowl.
yeah, it's too sugary. Like, have some sympathy for your heart, Mingler.
Well,
No.
I'm over here, and I eat porridge.
I shall
all day.
not.
Loops are alright. I like Fruit Loops. Alright, they're alright. I can say that because I don't have diabetes.
I'm gonna
as
get
far as I
good
know,
old-
I don't have diabetes either. But who knows? I don't blood test myself often.
I don't have diabetes,
gonna
but I
get-
do have a history of heart disease in my family. So, you know.
Go ahead, Alan.
I'm gonna get good old pepperoni pizza tomorrow, and I hope it doesn't have any GMO.
I've been to New York for some fucking pizza, and their pizza is fucking delicious. Kieran says.
Yeah, Atomic 2, let me just help you out right there. They stop at Mundus because
Okay,
no one in DBS has better feats than blowing up the demon world.
Here's the fact of the matter. The fact of the matter is that the best fast food pizza joint, we'll call it fast food because no pizza joint's really fast food, despite what the fuck they say, is Pizza Hut. Fight me.
Wait a
No,
minute.
Domino's
Does
is far worse than Pizza Hut, if you ask me.
Does this include all pizza joints that are not restaurants?
Okay, so what would you be?
Because I might have something that's not local to your area, but it
I was
might
gonna
just
say,
be
like-
Texas specific.
Okay, so what do you have that you would say is a chain?
Well, so that we have over here, we have like Pizza, Papa John, or Pizza Hut, Papa John's, Conan's, like Domino's, all that stuff.
I've never heard of Cohen Hands.
Conan's.
Never heard of it.
Okay.
Little Caesars is fine, only because their pizzas are so cheap.
I prefer to eat from
Ladies,
Gaddy's.
Weezer, I'll be gone on 10 or 20-ish minutes, all things considered.
I don't know if Gaddy's is local specifically to Texas, though.
It might be local to Texas. I've never heard of it. You guys,
Okay.
it's sort
Papa
of like
John.
in and out. You said
Anyone like Papa John's?
I've never had Papa John's, but I have heard about the guy who founded it. He seems to be quite the character.
Oh yeah, he's a unique person. A unique person.
Oh, really? You could scale DBS to 2A through the World of Void? You can't really.
Oh,
You'd have to
no,
prove the world
stop.
You'd have to prove the World of Void is fourth dimensional.
Fuck, no, I'm sorry.
Which it's not.
Oh, the World of the... Okay. So first and foremost, World of the Void, the whole infinite scaling for that was actually a mistranslation. It actually is stated to have eternal time, not infinite space. And there's like a... And like it was a mistranslation from the original Japanese version. So shaking is not even that impressive of a feat, first and foremost. Oh.
Gotta really put him in their place. Shaky is not even that impressive of a feat. Let's get this straight.
I'm sorry, but I've seen so many different tiers for Dragon Ball. I'm like, bro, everyone, please.
No one can make up their mind about Dragon Ball. Because depending on who you ask, it's probably going to be a different answer.
I might make some Opera Omnia specific videos in the future, Abyss. Because
Do not get me started.
I kind of feel like
Do not get me
like the
started.
protagonist.
Do not get me started with High Universal Cell.
Well, if we won't, so you don't
my
have
God.
to.
Got the
scale to that.
Wait, does Shin want to be in general chat, or did he just get kicked out at one point?
Is the Void and DMC Infinite? Which Void?
Shin, do you want to come back here or no? Stay healthy, Mangler. Mangler can't eat anything and survive. Don't worry, guys. He's not in danger.
Well, it's not entirely true.
You're right. He can't eat a bomb. That'll blow him up, but
Okay,
everything
yeah,
else is fine.
that's definitely where we put the bar, for sure.
Well,
Nothing else.
Well, are you allergic to something?
Well, no, I don't think I'm allergic to any. Well, actually, I might have. I don't have an allergic reaction to mac and cheese. I just get like a gag reflex when I smell. Not smell it, when I taste it.
Yep. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know what causes it.
It might be the cheese.
Yeah, you guys found me out. He's been chilling in my heart ever since Dante gave him the dick.
No, yeah, but personally, I think Domino's is overrated trash. What else?
It's garbage is fucking garbage.
Yep.
Domino.
Yep, just
I'm gonna have to-
fucking trash.
I'm probably gonna have to go to Domino's to see how they're doing and all because they're the closest pizza place.
DMC
to
5,
my
what
place.
else? I don't... Oh, the Void? I don't think the Void from, the training mode, the Void, I don't think that's canon to DMC. Because we don't have any confirmation that the DMC characters ever enter that area. It's just a training mode.
And
The DMC 5 Virgil DLC.
The best burger joint in California, anyways, In-N-Out. I normally eat Burger King, but that's only because it's near my vicinity.
You guys are lucky. I don't have a fucking In-N-Out or a Five Guys or anything like that. I'm stuck with Burger King, which I do like, but I'm stuck with Burger King, McDonald's. Fuck McDonald's.
Do you not like McDonald's?
No, fuck McDonald's. Fuck their food. Fuck Ronald McDonald. Fuck.
If it was, I don't know if you could argue that the Void is infinite, because you need a statement to prove something's infinite. Otherwise, we would assume it's finite.
Neo.
Yeah.
Did you know Ronald McDonald is multi-solar system level? That's actually been proven.
Yeah, I'm aware. I hate McDonald's enough to where I don't care about spelling it.
Ronald McDonald's actually the strong. No, fuck that. I know the King's got something better. I'll find it.
Is this
There's actually a feat where Ronald McDonald actually puts the sun back in place. That's actually one of his more casual feats.
I know my boy the King's got something. I know he won't let me down. So regarding McDonald's, I feel like it's just your McDonald's place is trash because my McDonald's place. Well, I prefer Burger King overall. It's not bad by any stretch. I feel like that might just be your place, which is a shame.
No, I've been to many McDonald's. I fucking hate their food. I'm sorry, man. I hate their.
I hate McDonald's as well.
That's weird.
But no one here seems to know about Captain D's.
I'd literally take both Burger King and Wendy's over fucking McDonald's any day. Any day.
Wendy's is fucking trash. What the fuck is wrong with you, mate? Wendy's is
but the only thing bad about Wendy's that I dislike is their burgers. I hate their burgers. I actually prefer McDonald's burgers to Wendy's, but in a more general sense, I prefer Wendy's food over McDonald's.
I like McDonald's chicken nuggets more than Wendy's.
I've always preferred McDonald's milkshakes over other people. That's the only reason I ask if anyone's ever like, hey, I'm picking up McDonald's. I'm just like,
but at the end of the day, the one place that bodies them all is Chick-fil-A, though. I don't care what it says. Chick-fil-A bodies all.
Oh, Chick-fil-A's got the best fries.
I've never been Chick-fil-A, actually.
McDonald's tea is so bad. I can't do it. I cannot.
McDonald's tea. I've never had their tea before.
They have
Their
tea.
sweet tea is just, it makes me want to vomit.
That's terrible.
I hate milk, but I would rather lick milk.
Do you want me to put you in timeout for more than 6 minutes, fucking John Marston? I already put you on timeout once. I will do it again. No fucking problems. And I gotta bring Kefla's bitch ass onto my team so I can finish this challenge and then I can fucking awaken Emperor's Weapon. Where are you, you garbage ass fucking clown?
I keep hearing you say Kefla, and I'm like, this is not Dragon Ball, is it?
No, his name's Kefka, but the translation would say Kefla.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Kefka
That's very
is the
confusing.
antagonist of Final Fantasy VI. He's a clown-looking mother. There we go.
I mean, it's very accurate just to leave it at he's a clown.
Well, because he's not just a clown, Kyle. He's so much more than that. He's also
You're right,
a general,
he's a god clown.
and he's a cunt. See, so much more than just a clown. McDonald's and Burger King will literally kill you. Gerard, I hate to break this to you, but any fast food place
So will
will
most
literally
fast
kill
food
you.
joints.
Imagine your counters out being like, it's unhealthy for you. So's everywhere else if you're gonna eat fast food. Sephiroth versus Arden? Arden would stomp. Unless we scale Sephiroth to actual fucking, like, Universal or Galaxy level. Well, no, actually, because I do believe Arden would scale that high, given the crystal.
What do people
Arby's?
think
I
of
haven't been
Chinese
to Arby's in a
buffet?
while.
Chinese buffet? I don't know about you guys, but I actually do like Chinese buffets, but some of the Chinese buffets I go to are cheap as fuck, and, like, you have to deal with the fucking hair of the people inside the food, and it's like, what the fuck? Wear a fucking hairnet, please.
Yeah, Chinese buffets are really good.
I mean, I'll still eat it, but, like, you know, I'm very disgusted.
Are you judging people on their culture?
No, that's not their fucking culture! Or I hope it's not their culture. I wouldn't know. I don't know.
Are you talking about a restaurant called Chinese buffet or a Chinese buffet?
No, like Chinese buffet, those fast food restaurants. Yeah, I know they're not healthy for me.
Oh yeah, Golden Corral. Yeah, that's one of. Well, actually, wait. There's a version. I think it's not. It's like a Chinese version of Golden Corral. It's got like every item that you would find in a Chinese restaurant just spread out over this giant buffet line.
I just gotta do 10 matches with Kefka, and then I can fucking immediately just level up on enchantment and get that done. And then I'll be good to go for the stream. So I'll probably be on the stream for like another 10 minutes. Then I'll get off. How long has the stream been going on for? It's been like a 2-hour stream. Good stuff. Good stuff.
We can get off here.
That's fine, Mangler. I won't be here too long anyways. Ugh. Actually, wait, Mangler, did you already read the rest of that manga, the Ragnarok one, or no?
I did not read the rest of it.
Go read the second fight. Go read the second fight when you get some free time.
I'm trying to read Akira.
I've heard of Akira so much, but I've never actually gotten into it. Is it any good?
I've been reading the first volume. It's pretty cool, but it's very different from the movie.
Akira has a movie?
Yeah.
I don't know much about Akira, so forgive me.
The movie will throw you off the loop.
Golden Corral? I do not have a Golden Corral. Hometown Buffet. I have a Hometown Buffet nearby. Zeus has FTL feats. Fight me, Zim. I mean, you'd be really downplaying Zeus there, but all right.
Who?
You ever read a series called Record of Ragnarok or Record to Ragnarok?
Yes, it's one of the best. It's one of the best fucking mangas out there at the moment.
So me and Kyle are doing power scaling videos for it. So to say Zeus only has FTL might be a little downplay there. I'm pretty sure it's massively faster than light, given how many seconds actually go down in that fight.
So all I know is the verse Thor does have, in terms of like AP scaling, Thor does have a statement of being able to destroy the planet.
Oh yeah, we've covered that one all nice and dandy. We're on the next fight now, which is Zeus versus Adam. We'll make a video on that later if you wanna.
I've already read through all of the things that are out right now. I'm not sure when the next issue is coming out. But so far, I'm not gonna spoil obviously, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, no, I'm not gonna talk about it because it's only better when you know everything about it at the moment. talk about.
Does Satan have his own version in the
Next
game?
month.
I mean, in the manga.
What?
Does Satan have his own version in the manga?
As far as we know, he doesn't exist in the manga.
Because it's rather strange to have Adam, but they don't have him.
No,
Who's he
the
asking
serpent. The serpent is its own character in the manga. The serpent's not the devil.
Okay, so, well, one of the combatants coming up is Beelzebub, so it'll very much depend on if they want to combine all of, like, the epithets into one character, or if, like, Satan, Lucifer, and Beelzebub are different people.
Yeah, so we'll have to see how that one works out when we get to that. As of right now, though, as far as I'm aware, it's just they're not there. There are demons, though, because we do get one Incubus at the beginning of the series who immediately gets killed by Thor casually. Okay, so next month's going to be the next chapter. So it's going to be 2 more chapters before this fight's done. I'm not sure if Kyle is Balrog, Reggie, or Neo. He's Balrog.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure you can tell which one's Neo, since, you know, Neo sounds very distinct, and he's not always on the streams.
And Demi-Fiend 1A in its true form. Demi-Fiend doesn't have a true form. It depends on route.
Wouldn't it be like True Demon Ending is the... Yeah, True Demon Ending.
Yeah.
Depending on this next fight, the humans have to win. Well, I mean, isn't it tied right now? The actual tournament? It's 2-2, right?
Currently.
Again, I'm not going to say anything. Don't say anything.
I'll have to put spoilers here in the chat. I just will say it should be 3-2, but that's all I'm going to say. Or no, it should be 3-1. That's all I'm going to say. I'm just going to say one of the human fighters was cheated of their win, but that's all I'm going to say on that one, you know? Whatever.
I'm gonna just let you read. I'm gonna just let you read on, and you should, because it's actually really good.
No, like I've read the entire. I already read the entire manga. I'm just saying, like the next video me and Kyle are gonna do is gonna be Zeus versus Adam.
Oh well, still I don't want to talk about because some of the streamers probably haven't even read it, so I'm not gonna spoil it for them. And if I do spoil it, it'll probably be not as good. So no, yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, no, that's why I said in my video, like pause the video and just read the manga. It's not that long.
The most impressive thing is that, like, everyone has, like, a very busted ability.
All the fucking humans over here like, hey, I'm a normal human just like you.
And the most impressive thing is, like, the weapon... Like, the weapon the Valkyries turn into only help to hurt the god. Their powers are their power.
Which is complete bullshit.
So, Neo, what's your opinion on Nikola Tesla coming up?
Nikola Tesla? Oh, I can't wait to see what they're gonna do with them because they already caught my attention with Jack the Ripper.
See?
I hate Nikola.
He likes Nikola Tesla.
Fuck you, Kyle. Nikola Tesla's a terrible choice.
What about Nostradamus?
Oh, one I'm looking for the most is probably Rasputin. That's going to be a fucking hilarious right there.
That's the one Kyle's also looking forward to a lot as well.
Oh, straight away, you can tell it's going to be Rasputin versus Anubis.
Just because Rasputin doesn't die.
Fuck no, watch him be like some sort of like tank. He's going to be a tank, but he can't dish out a lot of damage or something. I don't know, something like that.
I guarantee you the Rasputin fight will just be him dying over and over again and coming back.
Maybe, I don't know. All I know is he's going to have some sort of stick where this dude has more durability.
In the video me and Kyle are going to do, I will talk about the story narratives for the next couple of fights. I did not like the ending of Jack the Ripper's fight. I did not like the narrative ending there. And I'll talk about
it. Like, once we get through all the fights, we'll probably do a video talking about who we think people will go up against.
And I guess we'll also do a separate video for hypothetical matchups from what we've seen so far. But given what we've seen so far, it looks like the guys in the second fight would beat everyone else by like a landslide.
So, like, I've already pretty much determined that Tesla is probably going up against Susanoo.
Because they're both lightning people.
Yeah.
And Nostradamus is probably going to go up against either Odin or Apollo, because I believe Apollo is fighting. But
no,
Apollo might be
Apollo's going up against Apollo's going up against CMO Hahaya.
Well, it's because Apollo and Odin both can look into the future, more or less, because they're both like sort of prophets or gods of prophecy and such of that nature. Odin more is just looking into the future, but Apollo is a god of prophecy. And Nostradamus was a guy who looked into the future to perform prophecies, so it had to be one of those two he has to fight. Unless they just go fucking whack. I just don't like that Nikola Tesla's there because he's not a fighter in any capacity. he needs to at least have a Tesla coil though. I will accept it if he fights with Tesla coils. He actually uses his death ray.
You just see in the crowd Thomas Edison.
Thomas Edison better be in the fucking crowd, given everyone who showed up for the other people. Because like everyone who showed up for Jack the Ripper hated Jack the Ripper.
Hey,
I
personally didn't mind Jack the Ripper. That's me personally. I didn't mind him. I actually like what they did with him. That's me personally.
Well,
I know I'm gonna get a lot of shit for that, maybe, but
everyone but the whore hated Jack the Ripper. And I'll talk about the narrative reasoning for why I did not like Jack the Ripper's story. Mainly because of the whore in particular. That I feel like that they could have done so much more that they just left it on the table.
yeah, that's reasonable.
Disneyland or Six Flags? I think Six Flags is better. I've only been to Disneyland. I've never been to Six Flags because I don't like roller coasters.
Oh, Disneyland. I've been there. How many times have I been there? It's been a while. I've been there at least twice. I know that for a fact, but you know.
Disneyland, I had one of the greatest moments there. So I went to I went with my choir for like a field trip. It was like my last high school year, and I find out that they have a guy taking Spider-Man pictures. So I'm like, all right, fuck, I'm gonna go get a picture with Spider-Man. I didn't come all this way just to fucking hate myself. And so I'm talking to the guy in line, because like they have to have like basically Kyle, have you read chapter 33? I believe that's the most recent chapter for the.
Of course I have.
Yeah. And so I'm there talking about Spider-Man knowledge with this guy and everything. And the guy they get to do Spider-Man walks up like in a cool fucking pose and is like, hey, so I hear you know about me. And I just had like the biggest grin on my face because he sounded exactly like fucking from the movie. He sounded exactly like Peter Parker from like the show and shit. I hope that guy still has his job because he's probably like the best guy they could have chosen. I was by myself. My friend we also went to talk to Kylo Ren when Kylo Ren was still relatively like new and cool. And my friend kept making sex jokes about Kylo Ren, just the funniest fucking shit. But this Kylo Ren voice actor, he was on point. So one of them was my friend's like, "Is that a lightsaber in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?" And the Kylo Ren guy, he pauses for a moment because I feel like he's laughing in his mask, but he's like, "You would be a fool to think I would answer a question like that." And I'm just like, you deserve a raise. All you people deserve raises for staying in character the way you do.
Dang. Speaking of, oh my god, the whole, the Disney trilogy makes me want to fucking bang my head against the wall and bleed fiercely.
Are you not a fan of... No, I'm not going to do that. I'm talking about Jack and Hercules' interaction. What Jack said about the end about wanting to see him again, kind of questioning his morals or something. Again, I'll talk about the Jack the Ripper fight when me and Kyle do the video. I don't want to spoil anything here, but there are problems narratively with it that I wish would have been solved. The Force is female. Oh, well, yeah. Too true. All right, I got everything I need for Opera Omnia. Ashley is better than Kira. Who the fuck is Ashley?
Ashley who?
Jack?
Well, I don't know. He's saying something. Well, one's Star Wars because Kira, or are those Jack characters? Is there a Jack character named Kiara or whatever?
You mean Kira?
Is there a character named Ashley?
Oh, I'm not familiar with Jack and Daxter.
Yeah, he's talking about Jack and Daxter. Yeah, he's talking about Jack.
There's a
Daxter.
character named Ashlyn, not Ashley.
Is that the girl who hangs out with Daxter and has an unhealthy obsession?
No, that's Tess.
I was saying
the one he's talking about is the redhead with the tattoos everywhere.
Okay, see, that's what I thought, but that's Kira, right? That's not Ashley?
No, Kira is Jack's girlfriend, the one with the green hair.
Oh, okay. So I guess I was confused.
and I'd have to disagree.
Come on, bro. This shit's ridiculous. It's fucking stupid.
To this day, Kyle, I don't know who's gonna end up with Ratchet.
You do realize that Insomniac confirmed that Ratchet is in a relationship with Talon, right?
It seems like it can go any way.
What the
No, they confirmed that.
I have no clue what the fuck these two are talking about. Alright, I'll have to level up. I'll have to level up Emperor one last time. And then he'll have it fully maxed out. Perfect. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for the stream. Thank you guys for your time as always. We had a lot of people today. Thank you guys for your time as always, and have a nice day. I'll see you guys on the next stream or video.